I apologize. I almost forgot to unmute myself, everybody.
That would have been a thing.
Welcome to Proficiency Bonus, folks.
It's been a few
Yep.
weeks, hasn't it? It's been a few weeks. Welcome.
I see what you did last Wednesday, Matthew. I see you.
Welcome, everybody, to a special epilogue episode of Storm King's Thunder right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. We're so glad that you're joining us this evening. We want to thank some of our partners and sponsors, Twitch, Streamlabs, Many-Sided Dice, Team MZ, and Little Dragon Corp for all of their ongoing support. If you type in !Little Dragon in the chat, you will get a link to their storefront where you can buy some cool dice and other RPG related gear. There it is. Without further ado, the Blitz Greybeard coming in strong, coming in hot. Don't forget that our coupon code has recently changed over at Little Dragon Corp. It is now Pro Bonus. So if you use that coupon code at checkout, you will get 10% off of your order, which should cover most of the shipping costs to get those things shipped right to your door. So check it out. It's pretty awesome. I got some pretty cool dice from Little Dragon Corp, and I'm pretty happy with them. They roll pretty high. My players don't like them, but they're really nice. So, it's been a few weeks since we were in our Storm King's Thunder campaign. We did get a little dive into a little bit of what Queen Gum Gum has going on in Fit for a Queen 2 a couple weeks ago. So that was pretty, or actually a week ago, right? That was last week, right? Man, these weeks are just running together. You have to go check it out on YouTube, Kristy. It's pretty exciting.
I will.
I love how that whole story is taking place too. We're going to go ahead and dive in tonight. A little bit of recap. Our wonderful heroes were able to defeat the ancient blue dragon, Iymrith, and put her treachery, her torment of the Storm Giant's royal court to an end. It was successful, but it did come with a price, as they lost one of their close friends, Sarvin, in the fight, in the melee, who left them a beautiful letter written to them, just in case this might happen. One of the 7 snakes, Brock Blackfeather, has fallen in battle as well. And their strange inventor friend that they met a long time ago, Gimbal Glitterwrench, seemingly just disappeared. No one seems to know where he has gone. Clarion, using the wonderful potion of giant size that he was forced to drink, used his massive giant form to chase off a adult blue dragon, presumably one of the children of Iymrith, into the distance with the fleeing gargoyles of what was left of Iymrith's army. And you guys have just been kind of finishing up, looting, pulling treasure out of this massive hole in the ground. I'm gonna say we're just gonna pick up right here at this point. Clarion has disappeared. You guys are still at that same. I think you guys. I can't remember if you guys came. I think it was like the early evening when you guys got here.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's probably somewhere around I would give it like an 8 p.m. timestamp at this point. As you guys are trying to regroup, looking over this battlefield, it's all basically just destroyed. Dead bits of crumpled gargoyles lie everywhere. Pieces of this amphitheater look exploded and blown up and charred from fireball spells from Riled and his staff of great power that Molfin had let him use. What's on your minds, characters? What would you like to do at this point? I know it's been a couple of weeks, but I didn't know if there was something you would want to do or say here at this point, as you guys are finishing up, going through some things between one another.
I think me and Diana need to rest before we can help.
Yeah,
Anything.
Yep.
that was what I was going to say. I think Diana's first priority would be to rest, so that way she can help Brock and anyone else who.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Diana's looking to rest. Anything from Lachlan and Molfin on this side? Actually, you know what, Lachlan? Let's go ahead and do your arrows really quick before I forget. The arrows that you collected from Sarvin.
Nice.
So, here are the special arrows that Sarvin was packing in his quiver. There are 7 ice arrows.
Yeah.
These not only do your normal arrow damage, but they also include an additional 2d8 cold damage to the target. And it also it also reduces their speed by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Oh my goodness.
And if you hit the target and the damage reduces that creature to 0, it freezes them solid.
Like Cone of Cold.
Exactly.
Oh.
Meaning no death saves, they're just done.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're a frozen statue.
Molten's done that before.
He's done
I
that.
saw it.
He's done that a few times.
Yeah.
You also have 2 stun arrows.
Set arrows to stun.
Arrows of
Hell
stun.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They do normal damage to the target, but they also stun the target without a saving throw until the start of your
Jesus.
next turn.
Jeez.
These are OP arrows.
They do.
Yeah.
They do have to hit the target though, so you still have to make a
Yeah.
roll.
Let's actually get a hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
hit to score it.
Yeah.
You also get 3 entangle arrows.
Ooh, those are nasty.
They do.
Bolas.
They do normal, and these are all considered magic arrows. So against like magic resistance, they would do full damage. These do regular damage, and the entangle spell will actually emerge from the point where the arrow hits. So it's like a 10-foot or 20-foot cube, I believe, is the entangle spell.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Is there like a DC on that or anything? Or
It'll
is
be
that a
it'll be your
It's-
spell
it's-
save DC for them to
my
Strength.
it's
spell
strength, or they'll be restrained.
Cool.
And like the spell, you still hold the concentration on the spell.
Mm.
Need to
Okay.
concentrate.
So
okay.
you will still need to concentrate on it to keep it going.
Cool. You got a druid spell.
Yeah, it's like 3 druid spells in your quiver. You also get 6 acid arrows.
Mm.
These do 2d8 of acid damage on top of its normal arrow damage.
Uh-huh.
And at the start of the target's next turn, it takes half of that acid damage at the start of its next turn. So if you do 8 points of acid damage with that arrow, it does 4 points automatically at the start of that next turn,
Wow.
as the acid eats away at its flesh. You have 4 splitting arrows.
What is that?
This
Like a
arrow,
Merv?
this-
It's like a Merv?
as soon as you fire it, it splits into 2 arrows and can be fired at 2 targets within 20 feet of each other.
Damn.
The way we'll
It's
roll
like
it.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
We'll roll it as when you fire, you have to make 2 attack rolls to hit the targets because it's 2 separate
Gotcha.
shots.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There are 2 smoke screen arrows.
Like a ninja.
This is basically fog cloud spells on your arrows.
Oh my god.
Nice.
So you have 2 fog cloud arrows.
No wonder Sarvin was up there doing so many things.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Can I just ask when Sarvin took a little bit of Molfen and a little bit of Callista and just turned us both into arrows?
Yeah, what the heck?
He's been paying attention. He's been watching. Then you got 2 arrows left. One is an explosive arrow.
There it is.
I love those.
It is a fireball spell arrow.
Oh, that's different.
20-foot sphere, 8d6
Oh, no.
fire damage.
Be careful with that one.
Basically, it will blow up like a grenade when you hit something with it.
Yeah. This is like giving a child a grenade.
That's
for
it.
Christmas.
That's it. Don't pull that
Don't
pin.
blow your brother's arm up. Like,
And the last arrow is pretty much. I love this arrow. It's called a
Uh-oh.
teleporting arrow.
Oh no.
The archer chooses a spot, fires the arrow to that spot. When the
Oh,
arrow
hell yeah.
hits that spot, the archer is teleported to that spot.
Oh
That's
my
pretty cool.
god, that's so
Final
cool.
Fantasy 15.
Matthew, I think you're muted if you were jumping in there.
No, I'm actually not muted. I literally just went.
That's all right.
He
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So,
That's awesome.
So that's the spoils of Sarvin's quiver for you, Lachlan.
Wow.
Lachlan was about to cry from losing 2 people who are so important to him, and now he's just like laughing and skipping around. Like,
That's dramatic.
He's been traumatized.
Now,
It's-
granted, Lachlan,
That's true.
you don't have to keep them all to yourself if you know somebody else that likes to shoot a bow every
No,
once in a while. So
keep them to
it's-
yourself.
oh, Ryle, oh.
Yeah,
Ashlyn,
that's true.
oh.
Since Raud has transformed back into his self, he hasn't really been too
That's
keen
true,
on.
he's
He
more
hasn't
of
been
a
really
mage
good with the
guy.
bow. He was better with the bow whenever he was in his
Yeah.
Drider form.
I think Ashlyn, you do on occasion, right? Sometimes
On
you buy
occasion,
them
you
here.
keep
Yeah.
them. I will just take the poison ones you make.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Or if I die, these are all yours.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen right soon.
The lives of kings are short-lived,
Yeah.
Look, I smack
King of the
Lachlan.
Yeah,
Frog
it's good.
Squad.
Ah!
and Callista's still a giant, so it's like hitting a
Oh.
gnat. Like
Okay, then I just like smack him, like I tapped him with my finger, like stop it.
Because you guys are still giants for the next like
I forgot
23
Oh, yes,
hours.
we
Oh my god, Callista, flick Lachlan.
No.
That's basically all I did. I tapped him with my finger.
Okay.
Don't talk like that.
Yeah, so those were the spoils of the arrows.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. Darvin, you will be missed.
What, like Mulfin, Lachlan, is there anything in particular right now, right here, or are you with Diana and Callista and need a rest as well? I think a lot of you were spent when it came to resources and things like that, but
Yeah.
no, Mulfin's good.
I'm trying to figure out what to do
Most
with the
of
bodies.
battle chasing after a dragon,
True.
and only to get killjacked at the end by freaking Lachlan.
Yeah, Lachlan did it.
I mean, in a way.
Where's that one?
Where was the one? What?
Sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, where's that one guy that has it out for Molfin? That one dude.
Oh, he's still around.
Rowan?
Yeah, he's
Which
still,
one? Which one?
Crow.
Oh, that's actually a very valid
Crow and
point. I'll
Valhalla.
go-
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks. He definitely looks like he has some injuries, but he's walking.
Get him while he's weak.
He's walking around.
I'm not gonna heal
Just
him.
squish him with our giant hands.
One thing that Crowan starts to, and this is generally over like just going around as you guys are kind of cleaning up the area, and one thing I want to mention is when you're pulling up all these artifacts and you're bringing up all these things that you have got from down beneath in this lair, you see a sense that Crowan is kind of watching what's going on a little bit, and he does approach all of you, and you see, after you guys take a moment, you're kind of sitting around resting as, just this, you just finally get a chance to exhale for a moment after everything has been so chaotic the last, several moments. But he comes up to you and he's like, recently the North has been under, terrible attack from these giants who have just gone absolutely crazed, fighting with one another, fighting over property and land that doesn't even belong to them. It would be nice to see some of this treasure and money be allocated to some of those farmlands, those towns, those villages that were crushed.
What treasure and money?
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what treasure and money?
Guy.
I have no problem returning it to the people that it's owed to. I do have a problem returning it to government hands, and
I was going to
plan on
say-
that's not happening. It's
Yeah,
not going
Crowan-
to any government. No.
Genuinely, Crowan, I would have no problem seeing this money go to people who need it. If it went through our organizations, the ones that we assimilate with, we do not trust you, nor do we like you.
I wasn't
Also-
gonna be that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
that's right.
Wow.
Wesley kind of just turns around and is like, "Oh yeah."
It's kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of like when a baseball player, like, it's the bases are loaded, it's the bottom of the ninth, and needs a grand slam, and just bam, just knocks it out of the park, and the pitcher's just like, I think that's how
Okay.
Crowan feels right now, as that was just thrown right in his face.
Yeah, I don't like you, Crowan.
I'll be honest, Diana, I kind of expected it from some of the others, but coming from you, you don't...
This is my family.
Listen, I have some pretty important connections with local towns and governments. I know you don't trust the governments, but they're the ones that allocate the money to where it needs to go. I don't 100% of the time trust the governments. I'm a member, I'm a member of the Harpers. I try to keep the balance sometimes with those types of things.
Oh, only sometimes. Only when it's convenient.
Well, I can't always give away my position and my situation.
You don't have to. That's why we'll handle it.
Exactly.
How do you plan to do this?
Well,
Let us go to the north. Let us see the needs of the people and see them met.
well, to be fair, he's talking about the Lord's, not the Lord's Alliance, so he is talking about
the walls
the
of Bryn
Harpers.
Shander are still crumpled. They need funding to be able to finish rebuilding. The Golden
I agree.
Fields have been trying to rebuild over their hill giant attacks for such a long time. Ask Galvin, he's seen it.
Yeah.
Galvin's just kind of like shrugging and shaking his head,
Okay.
Like, don't get me involved.
He's like,
I'm just,
Yup.
Hang on, I'm gonna go wait over
I'm
here.
just here.
He kind of walks
I
off and
want
kicks
to-
a stone,
oh, buddy.
I want to use our money to help people. I don't want to be like the ones that I despise, hoarding their wealth and not aiding people who desperately need it. But I don't trust you or your organizations or your affiliations. And I feel like it's not unreasonable for us to want to scope out the situation first and to see exactly whose hands our money will go through.
He looks at you, Diana, and is like, fair enough, but you don't think the Lord's Alliance is gonna question you whenever they hear all of this information?
Do you think we care what the Lord Alliance thinks?
I was going to say, do you think you're going to make it back? But no, I'm kidding. That's not Diana. That wasn't Diana.
Wow, Callista's being nice compared to Diana.
That wasn't Diana. That was me.
Diana's a little... She's saucy tonight here.
That was Diana. That was Sauce. Diana has an alter ego named Sauce. It pops out and it's very rude.
Diana's bringing the sass. It's coming in hot.
It happened when she lost her soul.
Ah, that's true. Yeah.
A little bit was left behind.
Well, listen, if you want to take care of it, if you want the burden to be strictly on you to divide it up, if you want people complaining about your allocation of money coming in left and right, by all means, it's yours. You can bear that burden.
Oh no, how terrible.
Helen, honestly, do you think there's anyone better than Diana?
I mean, I never had issue with Diana. I never mistrusted Diana.
Well, then that kind of was a slap in the face.
I don't know where all this hardship is coming from. I really don't. I thought we were allies in all this. I don't.
You want to arrest
We
one of
were
my
allies.
best friends.
Exactly. We were allies, Crowan, until you threatened Malfin's life.
Exactly.
Up until
Yeah,
then,
that
we had
game.
no problem with you.
I worry for all of you. And he just turns around and he begins to slowly walk away.
Ooh, should we flick?
Sick burn, bro.
You notice, like, he casted a look towards Molfin, like, right as soon as he was saying that.
Ooh.
And as he's looking at Molfin, Molfin's just staring at a ring in his hand.
I almost want to yell something at him, but I mean,
Better worry for yourself first, bro.
I know, right? I was. No, Diana, go hold her tongue.
You
This.
handled
Okay.
it well, Diana. I'm impressed.
I just.
You're a
Don't
lot more direct
understand.
than I was going to be.
Well, because I'm sick of him, and I'm sick of all of them.
Okay. Diana
took
letting
a-
some steam out too.
Yeah.
Let it out. Let it out.
I just think that it's ridiculous, okay? I mean, we've been through so much with Molfin, and Crowan just thinks that he has some right. First of all, Molfin, as I have come to learn, has got one of the purest hearts out of anybody on this world. So, you know, it's like, who else could hold, you know, this is what I see in him. Who else should be holding the hand? Who else should be holding the shroud? The person with the most goodness in them who could handle it, in my opinion. And I just think that it's ridiculous. Furthermore, as if we couldn't stop Molfin if it came down to it. Like, and if anybody should, it should be us. This is a family matter, and family will deal with it. They don't need to be dealing with our business. And that is my opinion.
Can I do an insight check on Molfin? I want to see how he's reacting to her.
Absolutely. Go ahead. I love it.
Oh my
I
god.
have faith in Molfin. It's like the Justice League, how Batman has plans on what to do if all of them go bad, but Batman's plan for like himself is the Justice League will handle him.
Molfin, are you trying to hide anything, or would you need to make a check to contest against this, or?
I'll be honest, I don't think Molfin would really bother to.
Yeah.
Right now, as Molfin is sitting there and is just looking at this ring, and the wheels are turning, having identified it and knowing, just the first thing Callista sees is that the wheels are turning.
Yeah, Callista, it's
and something is deep.
You kind of
is he paying attention?
You almost feel like he's not even paying attention to Diana at all when she's talking. She said all this like right in front of him, and he hasn't even processed any of it. He's like focused on this ring.
Like literally just face palms and just stares at Molfin like, you are ridiculous.
And as you're watching, then you see that as he's focused on this, puts it on his finger.
Molfin, what are you up to? I know that look.
How far away is Crowan?
Oh,
Like 40 feet.
Molfin.
Molfin will sort of look up at Callista. Like,
Did you
more
just
up than usual.
Did you just hear what Diana said?
No, I'm sorry. Was she talking to me?
She said, who better to hold the hand and hold these desecrated items than someone as a pure
I don't
heart
know
as
if
you?
you guys see it, but you see that like purple brainish looking ring in my camera?
Ooh.
That's what that ring looks like.
Yes.
Molfin.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Molfin is going to look up at Callista and say, perhaps it is better if no one holds them. I will explain, but not in prying eyes.
No one.
That
holds
is
them.
a
They're on
special-
your body.
You're kind of stuck with them, aren't you?
Just looks up at the two of them, just goes,
What are you thinking? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
yeah.
chop another arm off
I
you,
don't
Grips?
know. He's apparently he has
More
a plan.
limbs.
At the end of the campaign, it's just Molfin's head, and everything else is like completely changed.
But not even really his head, because he has the shroud.
That's it. Yeah, you can't even. All you can
Yeah,
see is
just
his original eyes.
It's one cowled head.
Molfin, I'm going to burn my last third level spell
Oh, what are you doing?
to cast Sending
Okay.
Oh, okay.
to Callista.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
god.
I have a way to hide the aura presented by these. The ring will help. And that's probably about out of words.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
I can respond, yeah?
I think you can.
Yep, I
Can you
think so.
respond to sending? Yeah.
I think you can.
You can send a message across any. Oh no!
Oh, sending is.
Oh,
just...
it can answer in a like manner immediately. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I expect a full explanation as soon as possible. But if this
Glance
puts you
over
in
shoulder to
even...
Crowan.
She nods. But if it puts you in more danger, we need to have a conversation first. Just saying. That's it. I just watched Corwin go.
Yeah. Crowan just seems to be a little bit frustrated in his... Your passive insight would tell you he's frustrated and just kind of walking away to cool off.
And you would also know that as this conversation is happening with Gliss even mentally, Molfen is turned over and is still weighing options when it comes to him.
Okay.
Can I insight Crowan?
Oh, sure, you can insight check him, sure.
Yeah.
This is an insight check.
Insighty. I yeah.
That's on a bubble. So let me roll. Roll behind my screen here. Oh yeah. Here's the vibe you get, Diana. He is frustrated, but it's kind of like you also feel like he's tired. He's a little hurt. His body language is telling you he's just like you. He needs a rest. But you're kind of getting the vibe that when you guys take a rest, you're probably not going to see him in the morning. He's probably going to be jetting.
Do I think that he's probably gonna, like, I guess, kind of like go immediately, like, somewhere that would, like, kind of... would he make a move against us quickly, or, like...
You don't believe so.
Okay. We have time, then.
You have a lot of time, from what you're thinking. The Harpers do communicate with the other factions. The Harpers are really spread out. So for the Harpers to be able to mount anything against you guys, it would take a long time, probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They're not really like... The Harpers aren't an organization... They're spies. They're not an organization that's going to put an army together and, like, try to go after someone. They might try to hire an assassin, but Crowan knows you guys well enough. That would probably be almost... that'd be a suicide mission for whoever he hires.
We're sorry.
Since this is the Harpers, if it was the Lord's Alliance, it might be a little different story here, because they have armies under their jurisdiction. So, hey, thank you so much for the bits.
Ah.
Hey, the N7.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So wait, was Crowan the guy that was gonna tell the Lord's Alliance where we were, though?
He's gonna he'll communicate with them, yeah. But
okay, he was gonna tell the Lord's Alliance where Molfen was, and turn them against us eventually.
I mean, they're already aware.
I'm wondering...
So it's but you don't catch the vibe like you. Another thing too is you guys just defeated a big threat in the north. Everybody's gonna probably get rested up before something else happens. Like I said before, if it was the Lord's Alliance, it might be a different story. But since it's the Harpers that are here, you don't feel like it's gonna be like, hey, you're asleep, let's all jump you now. Not gonna be anything like that.
Hey everyone, I'm kind of wondering if, because he's far away now, right?
Yeah, you guys can talk without him.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of whispering to everyone, and I'm like, I'm wondering if, he's going to go back and talk to all of his people and stuff like that. I get the feeling it's going to take time for him to mount anything against us. Why don't we take that time to try to shift the narrative a little bit, get it in the minds of the people that we and Molfen helped save them, brought peace back to the world and all that. Then maybe they won't be too interested in hunting us.
So we should start praising Molfen.
Not praising
Some
Molten.
preschools after
We
it.
are not starting a cult. We are not. We are just. We are just going to.
The
I don't wanna say
Molfenites.
propaganda.
It's
Yeah, the
gonna become
Molfenites.
true. It's gonna come
Molfenites
true.
rise.
I just think that we should spread the word. You know, maybe get a few bards to travel and just sing songs of our good deeds, basically, and then maybe we'll get some good credit with the people, and they won't want to see our heads.
That sounds like a bard.
Yeah, I
guess.
guess.
Gonna look around. Player can't remember. Did Orange Peel die?
No,
No.
Did the other Orange Peel die?
he got trapped under a
Aw,
statue.
I saved him.
Yeah, he's been saved. Actually, he looked like he was in pretty good shape.
Molfin's gonna sort of beckon everyone a little closer and look up at Callista a little bit.
Huddle.
Before you guys go forward, Orange Peel hasn't left Sarvin's side since you guys came up. When Callista wrapped him up in the vines and stuff, he's basically been sitting there next to Sarvin the whole time.
Molfin's gonna look up at Callista and Diana and just sort of pull everybody a little closer. But I suppose if he can't hear, might as well do well to share. So, if we have time, as Diana believes, I have it my ability, a specific magical spell that can be used to cause a mundane object to appear to radiate a magical aura. Likewise, it can be used on a magical item to remove said aura. My thought, and thus the reason for the ring, where we found it, is if I do this, cast this enchantment on an object over a period of a month, each day, the effect becomes permanent. So I take a month, morning and night, to cast the enchantment on
Your face.
gestures at his hand and the shroud,
Mm.
and erase the magical draw of the object.
Does that erase the magic of the object?
No, it merely masks the presence of it.
And it becomes permanent after 30 days.
If I do it each day,
Yeah.
What if you forgot?
I cannot. That is the catch. It must be done. Now, the other side of this, and I forgive the somewhat uncomfortable nature of this next one, is we shall need a diminutive body. Perhaps a gnome or halfling.
Excuse me? What?
What?
We need a
Cramps?
body?
No.
We need a dead body.
For
Oh,
what?
dead.
Okay. then
Hopefully
just
dead.
Take your pick.
A duplicate of the shroud. Cast the same enchantment on the
Aw, you're gonna
duplicate.
fake your own death.
This is.
This is
So-
brilliant.
By the way, Gramps. By the way,
Proceed
Gramps.
to
But what if
remove the left hand, drop said body with a shroud radiating dark magic in the streets of Waterdeep.
Oh, not Waterdeep. Molfen,
Okay, but it's not Waterdeep, but it.
we're gonna be living there. That's the worst place to put it.
What's
you
even
going to get a
funnier? What's even
gnome-sized
funnier
body
about
like
this whole conversation is 3 of them are still giant and 25 foot tall, and all huddled
Yeah.
around these 2 gnomes that are only 3 foot tall. It's like,
Are we holding them between us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all their voices
So-
are deeper too. So it's like,
Molfen.
You would need to keep the body for 30 days, though, to cast on.
No, I would cast it on the actual item. Then at the end of it, take the body,
Oh.
put it on.
We can get anybody.
So we need a dead body in 30 days' time for you to wrap the
Okay.
item on.
Anybody can do that.
Where are
Anybody
we
can find a
getting
dead body in
the
30 days.
body?
That's not hard.
Where are we getting this body from? Where
Steal it from the morgue.
Oh my god, we cannot steal someone's aunt or uncle at the morgue.
Okay, we can steal it from Potter's Field.
Who
We can
is
go hunt for
that?
I
bandits.
was gonna say,
You know?
back in Lachlan's day of running to the Thieves Guild, he could find a body easily.
Oh yeah, everybody.
No.
In Waterdeep, any night you want, I get you a body.
Oh. Live or dead, or both?
I mean, skull.
Whatever you need.
Probably get one.
Oh my god.
Given the fact that we will be removing the left hand, which, as most people who are familiar with these items know, is fatal, dead would be more convincing.
Yes.
But realistically, with the duplicated item radiating the magic, most people aren't going to really poke it too much.
Muffin, I have a question. What if we just, like, killed you, took off the items, and then brought you back to life?
Hey Molfin, because of the last thing that you said, make an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
And then we'll go back to what Diana said.
Okay.
Can I just?
I didn't mean to
Well-
interrupt you.
It's okay, go ahead.
While this is happening, can I just look around, see where my dad is, like, in proximity to all this?
Ooh.
That's a 9.
Yeah, that is a 9.
Yeah, but I'm going to be generous and give you advantage on this because this is something that it may be just player has forgotten about it because it's been a long time. If you guys remember right, the shroud was originally taken by Cruella the Black from the Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Which is what you guys can understand is just a powerful group of mages. They're probably going to be the ones, like, if the shroud were to be found or something like that, they would probably be called in to possibly deal with it, depending on the situation.
They could probably detect that it's a ruse.
Depends on their ability.
Anyways, Muffin, so if we just killed you, took the items off of you, and then brought you back to life, like, would that be viable?
You're talking about killing Molfin?
That would
We're
not
talking
work.
about bringing him back.
Diana, that wouldn't work.
Why?
Yes, upon death, my soul is claimed by Asmodeus.
Oh my god, the garden!
What?
The garden! Ilmater's
He's not
garden.
allowed in? Yeah.
The one that he's not allowed in because of the items that he carries, but once the items are removed, he'll be allowed in, and the garden can fix a lot of things.
Yes, but I doubt it would convince Asmodeus to give back my soul.
Well, you know what? Asmodeus can fight me, so...
After we've dealt with the Lord of the 9th level of Hell.
Fine. After we free your soul from its contract and all of it. We have a lot of souls on contract right now.
It's almost
Yes,
as if we had
I
a
do not
list.
think mine is the first we should be worrying about.
Nice, Sarah.
We need a list.
Freddy versus Chase.
A list of kindred things that would have in common.
Okay.
I personally thought faking my own death and becoming a dwarf for the time being was a much better idea. than
Faking your
killing
own death
me,
is
but-
smart. Faking your own death is right. That's a good one. But I just don't know where we're gonna get the body.
If we
I
can't
have-
find one, I find a
Just
gnome.
don't think about it.
I have so many problems with this, with the faking of the body thing.
Where
Fine,
is
we will
your...
not take a body. I will find a gnome and murder one, and that will make it all better for you.
That's what I'm
Don't you have a way to make more mole?
Who, me?
No,
With your
I
heart.
had the scroll. No, yes, I know where you're going with that, but if my duplicate is killed, it becomes a puddle.
Oh, okay. But I mean, could we make a duplicate of you and then give him fake shrouds and fake... Let
I
him
would
get
need to find
arrested?
another scroll. I am not yet.
Oh,
I used the scroll to cast that enchantment.
Gotcha.
Although I suppose I could summon him back, cast a fake, create the fake shroud, and send him off.
Traumatize your wife.
Ashland's
Yeah.
head hurts a lot.
Simulacrum!
Yep.
I
That's
am
what we're
not
talking
yet
about.
strong enough to cast that enchantment.
Why can't you make another Oh, because you had to scroll for it.
It's a pretty high level spell.
He's admitting he's not that smart.
Ooh.
Although
I'm not that
did
smart.
just remember the most amazing spell to turn a gnome into a pile of dust if you'd like
No,
me to
don't do it!
demonstrate.
Don't do it! Don't do it! No, Gramps, no!
I put Lachlan behind me.
Callista, I've got an important question for you. How are you reacting to the message that you received?
That's why I'm asking where my dad
Your
is in this
brain.
proximity.
He's around, but you see him, he's kind of like, it seems like he's going around like picking at things, moving, like kicking a gargoyle's head like across the ground. And he's like, it looks like he's like just investigating the battle scene and seeing if there's anything he can pick up or find.
Yeah, because like while this whole conversation's been happening, she's just been like keeping an eye on him, just making sure he stays out of conversation range before she brings it up.
Oh yeah, he's not, pretty much the NPCs here for right now, you guys have separated yourselves from them. You guys have free reign to kind of discuss things and plan and do whatever you'd like to do at this point, so.
Oh. Yeah. Are they still squabbling or are they dying down a bit?
Molfin and them?
Yeah, Molfin and Diana squabbling over the dead body.
I don't think that squabbling's ever going to end, truthfully. So feel
Okay.
Yeah, probably not.
feel free to interrupt when you feel it's important.
We do have another problem potential.
What?
Oh god. A bit later.
I was gonna bring it up right away, but now seems best time as any since we're discussing plans. I just got a message from, I think, my grandma. She says that we have something she wants, and she wants me or us to bring it back to Menzelbrandsen in the Underdark.
What do we have? What do we have?
Arrows?
Take a wild guess. What did we steal from my uncle?
His dignity?
That too.
His life.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm sure if we go back to Iron Slag, I can reanimate his corpse and we can send his corpse down to her.
No, I think she wants what we took.
What did we take? I
She
forgot.
wants the primordial.
Oh.
We don't have that.
Here comes Uncle Zombie Zaloran back to town.
Yeah, we did kind of take that. Yeah, I forgot where we got the primordial.
I don't think we have that anymore. I think that's like lost somewhere.
Actually, Molfin, you may not be able to reanimate his body because if you remember right, you guys killed him underneath the elevator.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when that elevator came down constantly, up and down, smashing his corpse into a bloody pool.
Hamburger.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
Wow.
Obviously, I have no intentions of going to the Underdark. That's not my home, and Dad, I know, doesn't want to go back. But if she knows how to contact me, she's going to be a problem in the future.
I mean, can she leave the Underdark?
Anyone can leave the Underdark. She doesn't need to. She could probably send her own assassins after us. Not that I'm worried about it, but who knows? She's praising Lulth, so who knows what the frick she has up her sleeves.
An assassin,
So-
like...
And
So
Lulth's
perhaps-
already on our list anyway, so it's like, I don't know.
So
I told her to get in
perhaps-
line. I didn't know what else to tell her. I told her to get in line. We have a long list of shit to do, so
That's
like,
really
she can
true.
wait.
Perhaps the same solution?
What's that?
We fabricate a duplicate of the flask.
Damn, we got a
Enchanted
hammer.
to
Every problem
radiate
looks like a
that.
nail.
And then we just start leaving fake flasks all over the city.
Maybe we should just go into the business
Yes!
of making counterfeit magical items and selling them on the streets.
I mean,
Black,
just throw it there.
black
I know that
market
too.
fake magical
I also know
items.
this spell, so it could be a family business.
Jesus.
I don't know anything about my family or his family, so I don't know what we would potentially be dealing with. It just seems really dumb to go back in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Victoria
still.
Brown, glad you're with us tonight. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Victoria!
Hey, BB. Hope you're feeling
Yes.
better.
And if Chris is still in chat, hey Chris, how you doing? Good to see you.
It just makes me nervous that she contacted me directly and not Dad.
Are you going to tell him at least?
Yeah, but I think we need things to calm down first. Today was intense.
Fair. I mean,
I
I
don't
wouldn't
wanna
tell
do-
my mother.
I'll tell him, just not here. Here's not a good place. I'd rather have a quiet time with him to talk about it at length. And we can't do that here.
Hey Victoria, thanks for the bits. We're sorry you don't feel good tonight. I hope you're feeling better soon.
Yeah.
I know all about it. 2 weeks ago I was feeling pretty bad, so hope you feel better.
Yeah. But
Now,
I
for
figure
the
I
all
should
important
just...
question: if we're not going to have these discussions here, how do we get home? How do we get home with 5 jumbos?
that's why we need to rest.
We shrink.
We need
That's
to let
not
it wear
how that
off.
works.
We have to let it wear off and rest before we can do any sort of rituals or... And I look around, is there any trees big enough?
This is a desert.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Wow.
You don't see any trees.
If only we
There's
had
not
air.
any sycamores.
It's
And I don't think
Wait, what's a
I
sycamore?
don't think the rocks are strong enough to carry a bunch of giants like this many.
I don't think a cactus is considered. Well, they wouldn't. This is a cold desert. Are there? Well, I don't know. Cacti can grow in cold deserts, can't they?
Yeah, they
They
can.
I guess they could. I don't think they're considered a tree though.
Well, they are,
Well,
but they're not probably not big enough
is
to
it-
support a body.
Isn't that spell called transport via plants? Though it's not technically trees. Is it trees?
Let me
or is it
check.
plants.
Yeah,
See?
do succulents count?
Yeah,
as-
yeah,
Via
that's right.
plants.
Plants. See, read the specific details on it and see if it specifically specifies
Oh,
tree or
No,
if it...
a large or larger inanimate plant within range,
Oh, there you go.
and another plant at any distance on the same plane of existence. So it can be any plant.
I would say, yeah, I would say there's probably cacti big enough that you could use.
Even as a giant?
Well,
Not as a-
definitely not as a giant, but as
Not as a giant. Okay.
If you
But
wait,
as
if
a-
you wait for your potion to wear off after 23 hours, you'll be able to
Yeah.
use your spell to transport.
Okay. So that's an option. We also have the rock. We also have to deal with the giants getting home. And,
Well, that,
we have to go back
my
to the
second point
giants,
is-
honestly.
and we still have that conch, correct?
You do.
Oh,
Yes.
that goes to.
We do.
Yeah, and
That
actually,
goes directly to the giants, which is somewhere that we may need to go.
and the king,
That's probably
King
the
Hecaton
best
has one
place
as
to
well,
go.
so he's probably going to
Okay.
want to get back.
I also
home
have
as soon as
plane
possible.
shift if we need it.
Does he know about his daughters? I forget.
No, because
No,
we
he
haven't
did
seen
not.
them.
He did
Okay.
not believe me, and we decided to leave well enough alone.
Okay.
And they
They're
ran
not
away.
here?
No,
They ran away.
They fled. Okay. I thought
So-
they
They'll probably
were
find out when he
here
gets
for
back.
some reason. Okay.
No,
Okay.
that just means they'll probably be coming after us at some point as well as.
Oh god.
I doubt
As
it.
vengeful giants tend to do.
We have so
Yeah,
many
was that-
enemies.
Well,
We
they
have
were
so many
treacherous.
enemies. Maybe we should be nicer people.
Didn't Molfin and Lachlan kind of like
You
go
just gave
invisible
that guy-
and sneak up on the daughters?
They
and
watched them
watch
leave on
Yeah, that's what
the
I
dolphin,
remember.
Molf-
right?
Yep.
I taunted one in her mind, but I don't think she really knew it was
What,
me doing
weren't they
it.
going
Diane-
to like the whale bones?
Yeah, they were. That's true.
I thought they were going to the whale
I got
bone
hair
islands.
from one of them.
Yeah, you do have
Yeah.
that from one of them. Yep. Hey, Stumpy, what's going on, man?
It's not me.
The Overlord from
Diana,
chat
did
has
you
arrived.
hand? Can't you?
Hi,
Did you
BB.
just hand that
Mr.
guy
Overlord.
his ass like You're telling us to be nicer people?
I wasn't saying that. I said maybe we should be nicer people because I just had an epiphany. We have a lot of enemies.
Well, you just like yelled at that guy.
That's fair. That is very fair. I am part of the problem.
The guy that like didn't he like save Harshnag or something? Like,
Murder me.
Which one, Crowan?
Yeah, he did save Harshnag.
Crowan saved Harshnag? Crowan saved Harshnag?
Crowan saved Harshnag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe you
I
should
don't know how
go
to feel now.
apologize.
The way Harshnag explained it to you guys is when that whole mountain caved in and came down, Harshnag jumped through that portal that was in the eye and went into that other zone that was somewhere within the mountain somewhere, but it was safe. It wasn't crumbled in. And eventually Crowan showed up, was able to found him and teleported him out.
And kept him safe and sound.
Still trying to kill Molfin.
He is trying to kill Molfin, but we can kill him much easier than he can kill Molfin.
While you guys are having this conversation, Harshnag is skinning the adult blue dragon.
Nice.
Oh my god.
That's what he's busy doing up on top of the amphitheater. with
Dragon hide is worth a lot of money now.
He's looking to make himself some new dragon scale armor.
Nice.
I don't find Crowan and I'm making an apology.
I'm gonna go play with Harshnag, be like, hey, I can finally lift this tree and throw it at him.
Oh my god.
You could lift a cactus.
Rock.
Or you could do a rock.
He finds the one cactus and rips it out of the ground and throws it at Harshnag.
Oh my god, my hand!
Okay, I'll grab a giant rock and I'll throw it near him, but not at him, so it just
It crashes.
And
oh, what the hell? Oh.
Look, I'm strong like you now.
Oh, Ashley. He picks up a rock and does the same, over by you.
Awesome.
Molfin starts scrambling away because now there's
No.
boulders flying.
Okay, so here's what he looks at you and he's like, oh, you're as tall as I am now,
Yes.
so it'll be fair.
What?
He looks off into the distance. You see that tall cactus in between those two small ones down there?
Sure.
Bet you I can get one closer. And he picks up a boulder.
Okay. I'm ready. I have no strength, even as a giant. Oh wait, I got giant
Yeah,
strength.
you got giant strength.
Yeah, your strength's at 25.
This would be like a +7.
Yeah. I put my score back.
Uh,
Now I would be up to.
Let me see if I can find Harshnag's character sheet here. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna challenge you,
Okay.
and he's gonna try to throw the first boulder to see if he can get it
Cool.
close to this cactus. I want to see about.
Strength or athletics?
We'll say this is a rock, and we'll say you're throwing it about 150 feet.
Nice.
So this will be made for him with disadvantage. It'll probably be made with you for disadvantage as well.
Okay.
So he's going to throw this rock with disadvantage at the cactus.
Nice.
And a 12. It slams
Oh,
down.
a rock attack.
It's a rock attack, yeah.
I don't have a rock
It
attack.
smashes kind of. Just go ahead and roll. You're going to roll a strength.
Simple.
Well, actually, no. This is a thrown. It's a ranged weapon attack. So
Okay.
it would be
Are
based.
you proficient in simple thrown weapons or something? Or-
I would say just add your dexterity to it.
Okay,
You
so just a
prob-
straight
you
dex
prob-
roll?
Yeah, you probably don't get your proficiency bonus with this unless
Okay.
for some reason you are proficient in throwing rocks.
No.
All
So
all
just a
giants are
dexterity
pretty
roll.
much proficient in throwing rocks. Ah!
Went a little farther.
It got a little closer. He's like, he looks a little. Not bad. Not bad.
I know, right?
Best.
And I give him a big high
He
five.
gives a high five. Best out of 3. And
Okay,
he
one
grabs
more.
a quick rock, and
Yeah.
before you can even agree, he throws it with
Okay.
a 22.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I don't know if. Dexterity. Ah, 21.
21. You come up.
Oh.
It's kind of like when two people like are golfing and somebody hits the golf ball really close to the hole, and the next person like is just like a foot behind. That's kind of how this ends up. It all comes down to this, Ashlyn.
Gotcha.
You want me to
I'm
bite
ready.
his ankles?
So
No, it's okay.
It's just great. I don't have to like look down at you all the time and get a like awkward
Well, I
kink in
usually
my
like
neck.
sit on your shoulder sometimes.
Well,
so.
that's true. You
Yeah.
don't do that now.
No, not now.
I'm too tired and beat for that. And
Gotcha.
He
I understand.
He grabs another rock and whips it for a 21. This one
Oh,
lands like right
man.
beside your rock.
Oh no! I like roll mine.
Oh no!
Yeah, yours like a bowling ball roll. It's like
Oh.
it's like one of those things where it slips out of your hand as you try to throw it. It only goes like half the distance.
Yeah.
You guys are all watching Harshnag raise both of his hands high in the air. Still rock throwing champion. That's right.
Yeah. Good job.
That was great. I miss that.
Throwing rock. We'll do that. That's fun.
So you guys sharing this awesome moment of throwing rocks with one another. Harshnag then.
How long have we been sort of chilling out and relaxing here?
I'd say probably by the time, I mean, we can, at any point in time, if you guys want to like fast forward, go to the next thing, we can always fast forward whatever it is that you want to do. I'm just giving you guys.
No, I'm just wondering,
opportunity to
has
look
it been at least an hour?
Oh yeah, it's been an hour. Yeah.
He has attuned.
Well, one attuned to the ring, but two arcane recovery.
That's
experience
right,
spells.
Victoria.
Okay.
And shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Hey,
That's right.
school.
You got it, Victoria.
No, we lost.
Yay, I get spell slots up to half my level.
Cool. So, did you tell us all what this thing does, or did you like not tell us what this thing does? I forgot.
Oh no, I told everyone that the ring was part of my plan, but
Okay, so do you hear someone in your head?
does not appear to be any more of them in there than there was prior to.
Okay,
Wait, the ring has a voice.
it might. It could.
Oh my god.
I wanted to
How
know.
many cursed objects do we
It's
have?
not cursed. It's just special.
Oh boy.
So well, if everyone is asking, it's might as well share since it seems Diana's interested. So the item itself makes it immune for people to be able to read my mind, discern whether or not I am lying,
Oh no, wait, that's not good.
to know my alignment, or what type of being I am.
Some
It
of
will
that-
block telepathic communication unless I choose to allow it.
It's a firewall.
And I can do this, and I hold the hand up, and you watch as the ring just disappears.
Ah.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is terrifying.
Wait, what if you die and go with the ring instead of Asmodeus?
I did not tell you that as a possibility.
Oops, I'm reading. Sorry. I give me a really eating rifle.
Chris in chat has
Let us cook
invented
the dragon first.
Will Smith damage. That's so good.
Love it.
Oh. And Molfin's gonna look down at where the invisible ring is and just in his mind go, "Hello, you blue bitch, are you in there?" In his mind.
Don't get any response.
Just a little grin on his face. Wonder how that will play out. Who will win, you or him?
Do we need to go back to the Giants headquarters at some point, or are we gonna like rest for the night first?
I think we can't. I think we have to rest first. I mean, I guess
Okay.
You can use the conch, right?
You can use the conch if you wanted to go now.
But
Well, I
Sleep in
suppose we should
beds.
probably allow Callista to have a conversation with Hekaton, Sans,
True.
the rest of us.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, before we do that, before I go have that conversation with him, I was already going to think before I went to bed. I was going to talk to him, but before we do that, have we decided what we're going to do to trade for the throne? Are we still going to fabricate an item for him like that?
Well, we
You're
can
giving
definitely
him
still make the
items?
offer if it will sweeten the pot. But I think that, and Molfen will go into the little pouch of things that he had been identifying, pull out that wooden box, and sort of open it up at Callista, like, and show her the ring. I still think this may be the best option.
Alright.
It can control fire elementals. It is massively valuable.
I trust him. I don't trust the people around him. I'm worried when we leave, he's going to get backstabbed again.
Well, then we need a way for him to be able to reach us.
Can I have that, Molfen? Thank you.
These two massive.
Cute.
Just like,
Is he giving you the ring, or are you holding it with your bare hands?
I'm assuming he's giving me the box.
Box.
Yeah, you said it was in box or something.
Yeah, it's in
so
like an
this-
old
those
wooden
boxes.
box. Yeah, with some intricate
Yeah, so
carving
she
in
has
it.
the box.
And Michael, just so DM is aware, Molfen is leaving the ring that anybody who wants to can contact him telepathically. He's not having to block anything,
Oh, okay, sure, absolutely. Okay, gotcha.
just in case it matters.
He's not in Do Not Disturb. Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
I'm not putting the do not disturb sign
That's
out.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll at the very least go talk to Hekaton, and then we'll figure out if we're going back tonight or
Yes, we-
tomorrow.
We do have a couple of other items if it is needed to
Right.
additional, but
Yeah.
to fabricate the items will take a bit of time. But we have
Right.
dragon bone here, so
Yeah.
10 minutes per 10-foot cube is decent size, so to make a giant sized throne would take not a large amount of time.
Is everyone okay with this? And I kind of just gesture my hand.
Yeah, sure.
Any other concerns?
Do you think he'll use the fire elemental to turn against us and kill us, and then take the throne and the fire elemental?
Oh yeah, we're giving him the fire elemental. How do we not fight Asmodeus?
Yeah, I mean,
He
he just
doesn't-
watched
I
some
don't-
giants get killed.
I don't think the
And I
king,
don't-
think
he
the king
doesn't
knows that you
know.
have him.
He doesn't know we have the flask.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he knows.
He doesn't know.
Oh, I thought we were giving
Okay.
him the fire elemental, and then I was like,
No, we are giving
No.
you a ring.
Ring
That's
of
all.
controlling the
him-
Yeah,
fire.
ring of
But
controlling fire.
Just
If
I can't remember. I
that's-
can't remember or not. Does Crowan know you have the? I think Crowan knows you guys have the flask, right?
Yes, well,
Yeah.
he knows Molfen.
He knows Molfen
has
has it.
control,
Yeah.
and he knows Molfen.
Right.
Molfen told him flat out
I was.
that it was his contingency plan.
I was
so
thinking-
I've got a nuke ready to drop if something
Yeah.
happens to
I
him.
was thinking he
Yeah.
knew you guys had it, but I don't think anybody else really does.
Yes, and Molfen specifically told Crowan that was his contingency plan.
Hmm.
So as
Well-
far as Crowan knows, if something happens to Molfen, the flask opens and the world burns.
Oh, that's another thing.
Ooh!
Preventing Crowan from really doing anything to you guys right
Dead
now.
man switch.
and
He doesn't want to see the whole
Honestly-
world consumed by a
It's
fire
called
elemental
MAD,
titan.
mutually assured destruction, man.
honestly,
After
the
Molfen, the
proud.
world will burn.
I'm just. This is also Kristy thinking. Like, if shit goes sideways with this flask elemental shit, if we're still allies with the giant and he has this ring,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But I'm wondering, could we not use the ring and then take? Also, this is just Zos. Could we not use the ring and then take the giant and then the elemental, and then like fight Asmodeus with it, or just unleash it on Asmodeus, unleash it into that.
I don't
realm?
think Asmodeus would be affected by fire.
Oh,
Maybe that's
yeah,
just
you're
me
right.
thinking like elemental bullshit, but I could be wrong.
Well, and
Because it is how-
this is player saying this. Are we worrying about Asmodeus or the real threat?
What's the real threat?
Don't know.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, Dorn and that one,
Oh.
right? That guy, yeah. That's a
Oh.
fair point. We might want to save that for later.
Well, it is what it
Speaking
is.
of which, speaking of that, I really do need to contact Dawn at some point. I did promise to speak with him.
That was in character, right?
Yes.
Diana, hear that?
Well, I'm certainly not being quiet. You knew I was going to speak
Muffin!
with him.
What the heck? You've been contacting Dorn?
The moment this argument started, Callista takes the ring and walks for Hackathon. I see this argument developing into an argument. I'm like, bye.
And you watch as Molfin's eyes go a little wide under the throne. Oh shit, that's what I'm talking to. But I'm not going to go there. But yes, apparently the shroud and the hand are not the only items that are floating around out there.
Well, duh. Isn't there also an eye? Did Diana know that?
I think
You
you
have the book.
I think
I
you had
think
that
that-
book
I think
that
you
said
did.
something
I think she
about
knew,
that.
yeah. Yeah, she
Um,
has knowledge on Vecna.
Yeah, that was probably all the extensive knowledge of what they had in that book. I mean, still a lot of it is mysterious and just shrouded with.
Oh, and because I think I also overheard Dorn saying that like he was looking for another item too, right? Like him and that one little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the vibe that he's looking for something else. Yeah, he's looking for he was
Yeah.
looking for the eye, but what
Yes,
Molfin
but
what Molfin
he mentioned
gathered.
there was a butt cheek, a right third toe.
There could be. There could be, Molfin. There could be.
No,
You
don't.
could find the left butt cheek of Vecna.
No.
I don't want it.
It allows you to cast stinking cloud from it.
I don't
For
want
time
Good lord.
No.
Oh my god.
Hey, it may even be able to fire a disintegration ray. You never know. I'm sorry, viewers. I am sorry.
I am not.
Stop, Victoria, stop.
Oh, yeah. Victoria's going nuts in chat with different body parts. It's great.
Oh dear.
Hey, how would you like to sport the nipples of Vecna?
Not on Twitch TOS.
Raise
Oh
on
yeah, we can't show that on Twitch. Sorry. That's hilarious.
Hmm.
Wolfen is looking between Diana and Ashlyn, trying to figure which one is going to try to step on him.
Callistas, you're hearing the arguing and the chaos behind you. You make your way over to Hecaton, who's just really sitting down in the amphitheater and relaxing. It looks like he was crying a little bit, thinking about his deceased wife and just thinking about his kind of broken family and this whole situation. But you can still see that now that this dragon has been dealt with, you can still see that spark of that hope, that rebuilding within his face as you approach. So he's kind of sitting there and he watches you approach.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
You said all items on my person grow, right?
Yeah, you're a massive giant. It'd be awkward if you had like little things like dangling from your belt and your clothes were just medium size. And
Oh no. Oh
so,
no.
does my pipe grow?
Sure.
Hell yeah! Callista's gonna light up her pipe and sit down across from him.
You sit across the room. Yeah, massive cloud of smoke coming out of your pipe.
Oh, I did it!
That's it.
She needs to de-stress. It's been a stressful day.
Oh, and
Like
it's
a factory.
after the first puff, you're just already feeling it. It's very relaxing and soothing as you exhale the smoke out into the night sky.
Chat.
Vape of Vecna. That's so good. That's so good. I love it. That's so good.
I kind of just quietly offer it to him. He doesn't have to take it, but it's there if he wants it.
He does. He accepts it. He takes it. Takes a big puff of it. Blows it out into the air, just like you. Definitely kind of relaxes.
Lachlan's probably getting secondhand smoke, like
Oh, yeah.
Lachlan's Lachlan's like stumbling around, bumping into stuff, tripping over gargoyle heads.
Upwind, Lachlan.
Yeah. What if we're all just like, primordials?
No. What have I done?
He starts just saying "dude" a lot.
Dude.
Accidentally hotbox my party.
Yup.
It's tobacco and like mixed
tacos
herbs.
around
It's
here?
it's not hallucinatory. She needs to stay sober on the battlefield. Thank you.
He hands it back towards you and he's like, well, "Thank you. That was very relaxing."
I figured you need it.
Yes, it's good.
So, I hate to jump back into business, but I did want to discuss with you about our trade.
Yes. I did agree. We worked together. We defeated this great evil, so I will be glad to follow up on my end of the bargain.
Well, I want to make sure you get something equally sufficient, and we have an idea, but if it's not good enough, let us know, and we will work to make sure that your needs are met as well. And I will pull out the box and kind of lift it and show it to him.
He reaches down with his fingers and takes the ring from the box. He looks at it, and as he takes it and he starts lifting it up, you can see it begins to kind of have a faint orangish glow to it. And I hate to be cliche, but just like the ring from Lord of the Rings, you can see some markings start to like appear around the ring, because it was a very simple ring whenever you guys found it.
Yeah.
And it's warm.
It's a ring of fire elemental control.
Control over fire elementals.
I think so.
Ooh.
Muffin knows the exact scope of what it does.
Does
I'm
it?
told it's strong.
Am I able to summon them?
Did Muffin tell me that?
He probably would have told you what it did, right? Muffin, did you tell her what it did before you handed it to her?
Yes.
Okay.
When you identified it?
Yeah. So
Yeah, Callista would tell him everything it would do. Kristy can't remember off the top of her head.
Yeah, so it while wearing it, it's advantage on attack rolls against elementals. They have disadvantage against you. Has 5 charges. You can cast 2 to dominate monster and fire elemental. Resistance to fire damage. Speak and understand Ignan. And if
summon?
you slay a fire elemental, I don't know why I'm reading this. I should just paste it.
It's all right. You're good. It would be good for chat to listen to it. Anyway, it'll probably be
Yeah,
on here,
access.
If you slay one while attuned to the ring, you become immune to fire damage, and then you can cast spells from the ring.
Burning hands.
1 charge burning hands, 2 fireball, 3 wall of fire.
So there's
That's
no
awesome.
summoning.
There's no summoning with it now.
Okay.
It's command. Hey,
So
we
I
had
will-
a fire elemental that we freed. So there's one around.
Well,
Yeah, you.
That was
I think you
lighting the-
killed it. I think you.
Oh, we killed it?
it went insane and tried to kill us.
Oh.
That fire elemental was already insane.
That was the
Yeah.
only one I knew of.
But-
Okay, never mind.
If Callista takes a rest, she can
Yeah.
summon one. He can murder it, and then he'll have all those abilities.
That's
Well,
true.
rather, he can help.
That's
slay.
rad.
So all we got to do is summon one, beat it up, let him get one hit on it, then kill it, and hey, you win the combat.
Or he can summon it and dominate monster and just have it for a while.
Yeah, that is something I was curious about, because if you dominate monster on someone else's summon, like, does he keep that?
Good question.
Because they go away after an hour after summon, but if he's controlling it,
I bet it still goes away.
does it
1
go
hour.
to him?
Is it 1 hour?
Yeah, it's only 1 hour.
Is that what
if I
is
summon it.
dominate monster 1 hour? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was gonna look up. I wanted to look up the details of the spell. Yeah, so eventually it would go away. Like it wouldn't be just his to do his bidding with for forever.
Okay, so he doesn't have like the planar, what is it? The one that locks them to this plane?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
not on the ring.
Yeah, that's not on the ring.
Okay.
What's that spell? Oh, planar binding.
Planar binding.
Planar binding.
That's right. Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would tell him what
Tell
it
you
does.
tell him all that. Okay. Well.
Yep.
This would be greatly useful against those whenever those pesky fire giants get out of line.
Yeah.
I could set them straight with this, that's for sure, but how am I going to be able to display this power as a showmanship if I don't have the throne to display my power anymore? How will this keep the rest of them in line?
I mean, we could make a show.
We can make you a throne.
Yeah, and like I mentioned before, Muffin has the ability to create an item.
I'm sorry.
Are you here, Ashlyn?
Yeah.
Ashlyn, like, all of a sudden, like, shows up over your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sorry, I didn't mean
we
to
can make
be-
you a throne.
No, you're fine.
Sorry. Out of ancient dragon moon.
But it would take time. But it is something that you could easily show.
Callista, you got, like, an insane passive perception, too, don't you?
Yep.
So, like, in your mind, you just notice this all. It's Ashlyn's coming again. Oh, here she comes. But you keep keep focusing forward. And you're just like, she's coming again. There she is. Yep, she's gonna. There she is.
Yep.
Yeah,
there she
is. Cue Ashlyn. There it is. And
I'm going to toss this out as a player only because Callista would probably know that Molfin has the ability to do this because of the fabricate spell. We could also just make him a throne out of Iymrith.
That's what I said.
Like, no, like, I don't mean replicate
No,
Kabuto, I mean literally turn
He
Iymrith
means,
into
yeah,
a throne.
I understand what you're saying.
Oh.
You're saying don't show the old throne. Give him a new one.
Made of the
With-
person that tried to screw with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
As a show of, as a
That's
display of
dark.
what happens when you
I like
mess
this.
with my
I like
family.
this a lot. Yes.
Iymrith?
That.
Okay.
throne of Iymrith.
That is a good visual representation of my
Yes,
power.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And if you want the extra showmanship hecaton, I can summon an elemental, and you can show that you have the ability to control them. You don't have to destroy it, but just the showmanship itself would be enough.
This is great, but I would need to have we would need to have the whole council together for this situation.
Yes,
that's
why I said a show.
that will take some time to
some
organize
counts back.
that. So, let's keep that on. Let's
If you
do
need it.
this. We will do this in the future.
Sure.
Once I figure out exactly who is all out there and what we have left to deal with, who some of my wayward giants still are remaining from the council, we'll try to reel them all back in. Show them that the ordning has been reestablished.
Yeah.
You see him
Then
like,
we have a deal.
he grabs his sword and he's like, it's covered in barnacles and stuff, and this thing's all beat up.
Do you want a fire sword? I got a fire sword.
You have what? You have a ring of fire and you have a fire sword? Where did you get a fire
Yeah,
sword?
I got this fire brand
She's had it for a
sword.
while.
I can't use
how does it work?
I don't know. I haven't used it. I don't know.
Can anyone show me how this works?
Molfin! No one else is already in this conversation.
Takes Molfin 20 minutes to waddle over there with his little legs.
Just about halfway leaning on the staff. Eventually comes over. I know I identified it back in the day. I can't remember what it is. It was just a.
I'm pretty sure we did.
It was fire or something.
Just a flaming sword.
Firing greatsword.
On a bonus action, if you say the command word, it ignites into flame, and then it does an additional 2d6 fire damage on every hit from there on.
Yeah.
In the hands,
It does require attunement, though, right?
in the hands of a giant, this thing is vicious though, because its base damage is going to be 6d6 plus 2d6 fire damage. So in the hands.
So I give you this, my liege, and I present it to him.
And with Molfin saying that, of course, I think, does he have to attune to that? I can't remember.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I think a flame tongue might be attunement.
It might be.
Flame tongue, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called a flame tongue greatsword. I think
requires attunement.
Yep, requires attunement. So he's gonna have to spend some time with it before he can see it like actually do what it does. But that's what he'll do.
The information on it.
Yeah, he'll start kind of attuning to that so he can see what it looks like, because he also feels that this would be a good showcase of his display of control over fire elementals and just
nice
fire
thinking.
So
fire and fire.
It actually thematically fits with the ring that you gave him and makes this deal even sweeter for him. So
I agree.
Nice.
He's excited about it.
Sorry, Calista, and I'll go away now.
Thanks, Ashley.
Does Callista tell Molfin about the new plan for the throne?
Yes.
So, Callista, he does reach out and shake your hand on it, and he is good for giving the throne over to you guys. I think what he does agree upon though is he does want the new throne before he gives up his old one, because he doesn't want there to be a vacated throne there for an extended period of time.
Yeah, he needs
the
optics are key. Yeah.
How big is this dragon?
He's massive.
Massive, yes. Basically, in D&D,
basically
Gargantuan is 4x4, basically, but I think her token was 5x5 or 6x6.
Wow.
Yeah, she was bigger than.
So she was bigger than a normal dragon would be, a normal ancient dragon.
Yeah.
Gosh. I mean, I can't even put it into words how big this dragon is, how much it weighs. It's massive.
No, my question is more, how long shoulder to butt is the dragon? Basically ignoring the tail and the skull.
Ignoring the tail and the skull, probably about 20 to 25 foot long. Just that part.
Okay. Yeah, so that's... So I can work in 10-foot cubes.
Mm-hmm.
So if we figure we round up and say it's 30 foot long.
Yeah.
And then say, what do you think? 20 feet tall?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
About that point.
And then 20 foot wide?
Or not even.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that big of a butt, does he?
That dragon's got some junk in the trunk.
No, I mean Hecaton. How big's Hecaton's butt?
Hecaton's 25 foot tall. Probably weighs
how big is his butt?
He's pretty heavy, but he definitely how big is King Hecaton's butt?
Is he thick?
Is he thick?
Yeah.
Well, basically, if I can do this in 6 foot, 10 foot chunks, and we're doing basically 30 by 20, so it would take me an hour a side. Okay. Mind you, I'd have to rest after a couple times to get spell slots back, but I could have the entire throne made in less than a day.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
The spell, hold on, let me put it in chat here. Let me just make sure I read this right again, because... Yeah, you can fabricate a large or smaller object contained within a 10-foot cube. So basically just start hacking the dragon down into little chunks, and then making each piece into a piece of the throne. and then just assembling it.
Perfect. Yeah, that's something that everybody could help on too. I mean, if you need somebody to break the dragon into pieces before you do it, I mean, you've got some help.
I guess us tall girls will.
Ask once they're done. Ask Hecaton to come down. Give some creative input on his.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
But again, that one thing, that centerpiece sitting above the head, just the upper skull and jaw of the dragon looming over.
And Hecaton would even be, if you guys wanted to like have your rest here and then spend all the next day like doing this, Hecaton would be 100% okay with just delaying the trip back if it's only going to be a day, because that's a pretty amazing deal. Like he's thinking in his mind it's going to take a month, but with the power of magic that Molfin's got in his sleeves, That's good. It's a good idea.
Oh. Okay, so actually, well, let me ask this now that I'm reading this. Could I use the bones? Because it says I cannot transmute a creature.
Well, it's dead.
Right, that's it.
It's
using the bones.
It's now a corpse. It's not a creature anymore. Yeah. It's a corpse.
Okay, that's it. That's how I took it. Is like, you can make bones into spoons and bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say you could use, like, the bones is going to basically be the main structure, but the hide and the scales can also be utilized on the throne as well.
Okay.
Because I would say
I want to make sure
dragons,
just like leather
and scales for us.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like a blue leather with the scales on it and stuff like that. So
nice.
Those things aren't gonna rot away or anything like that with time.
Right.
So be good.
So that's apparently what Molfin's spending tomorrow doing. And part of tonight.
All right. So that looks like a good place for us to take our break tonight, as you guys kind of got a plan formulated for the next couple of days to get this throne made for Hecaton and to get the trade between Hecaton and Callista to get that throne off the Storm Giant's hands and into her possession. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will see you guys in just a minute. So hang with us. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody, to Storm King Thunder, right here at Proficiency Bonus. Once again, my name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. And currently, we are in our epilogue episode of Storm King Thunder as we're tying up loose ends, getting agreements settled for trade between Storm Giant and his throne, and figuring out what we're going to do going forward as we are wrapping up this Storm King Thunder campaign. So if you guys want to, we can fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with that. I would assume that Diana would use her spells to bring Brock Blackfeather back to the land of the living.
Yes, I would.
Which he is
like the next day.
Which he is extremely grateful for.
How quickly did he come back? Did I just have to like put some gold underneath his nose, and he was just like,
platinum.
Yeah, he came back in an instant. Like, he was like, I'm back. Thank the
gods. Make money. The grind never stops.
Yeah. So, we don't have to role play all that out or anything. But yeah, Brock is very, very happy to be back. Actually, probably when he came back to life, he probably grabbed your face, Diana, and probably gave you the biggest kiss on your face, like right on the lips.
I break his nose.
We're coming around full circle here.
Yeah.
Can I just point out that we got there in the evening?
Yeah.
You're still a giant?
Oh, yeah.
You just pummeled him in the
grabbed
head.
your
giant hand up.
He grabbed your massive face and he pulled it close.
Well, I have to do. Wait, how long does this potion last?
24
I think
hours.
I think we were gonna wait until after we were already.
Are you gonna wait to shrink before you did all that?
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I wanted to help assist with the ritual, but it'd be like kind of ridiculous.
That would be
if it's
hilarious
giant
too,
form.
though.
It would be really ridiculous if he were that huge.
He's revived and now he's dead again.
Dead. No, I just want to break his nose. I don't want to hurt him.
Wait, what?
That sounds very painful.
And then I heal it. He's fine.
And honestly, as it's bleeding, honestly, he's like, he doesn't even really care. He's alive. He's like, yeah,
that was death.
Yeah, I probably deserved that one. But yeah.
I smack him on the forehead and heal him so his nose heals.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Yeah.
So you guys do that. Mulfin takes the day to construct this throne. And then I'm assuming you guys are just going to use the conches to go back to Maelstrom with the throne and all those materials.
Yeah.
When you guys woke up the next day, Crowan gone.
Well, actually, does Crowan sleep? Mulfin wants to do something when Crowan passes out for the night.
He does sleep.
Mulfin is going to go into his pouch, pull out its little, actually is still held, God knows why I still have it, a vial of pretty much dried up, ruined sort of gooish membrane from from when we found Rigatoni wrapped up in that goo cocoon.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Dolphins took a sample of it to try to figure out what it was and never did anything with it.
Okay.
Dolphin's gonna open that.
Remind me who Rigatoni was again? Who's
Oh,
the guy that
Yartar,
was like
the guy that like
yeah. Yes, Arton Rosolio. I remember.
Yeah.
I got it now. I keep on forgetting.
Risotto.
Risotto.
Rigatoni risotto. 601.
9-1 spaghetti.
And is going to just sort of pour that into one of his pockets. It's probably like sort of dried up, almost like dry skin flake, but just sort of dumping it in so I have something that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
So that I can scry on him.
Imagine,
where he is.
Imagine if you will, a handful of mucus. Okay? Like phlegm.
No, let's not imagine.
Okay, imagine this.
Yes.
Imagine
Do we
it.
have to?
Imagine it dried and hardened a little bit.
Oh,
Why not?
That's what Muffin puts in this guy's pocket. Make a sleight of hand check, please.
Matthew,
Do I get advantage because he's asleep?
I will give you advantage because he is asleep. Yes.
this can't be good.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
wow. I hope he wakes up and just pukes on your feet.
He doesn't wake up.
Damn it! That's
If he woke up, it'd be
disgusting.
a
That's
fight.
foul. That's foul.
Look what I
That's
hate you.
gross.
Oh my god. Y'all don't know. Y'all are asleep.
Yeah.
And Wolf's just gonna take the thing and fling it out. That'll do the vial.
Terrible.
Gross.
Okay, so basically, you guys wake up. Crowan's gone. It seems like everybody else is pretty much well rested, but everybody else is still here that was left over. It looks as if everybody's really just kind of waiting on what you guys are doing. Many of these people have had just a close relationship with all of you and a close friendship with all of you, so they're pretty much sticking around to see what you guys are doing and then gonna make their decisions kind of based off of that. So of course, you know, you got Brantley and Brock are hanging around Lachlan and Ashlyn and just kind of doing their best they can to support them and figure out what they're gonna do.
Did Clary never come back?
Clarion, after I would say you guys would probably have to spend 2 days here probably to
roughly.
shrink and heal Brock and get the throne done. So on the third day, Clarion does come back. He is his normal size now as he flies back. He's disappointed because the other adult blue dragon did get away.
Oh.
He was able to basically track him for most of the way and tell you guys basically they did have the children's lairs were in Ascor, which is about a day's travel southwest from here. But that the dragon just basically was a little bit quicker than him in his injured state and was able to get away.
Was Gimbal with him?
He did not see Gimbal.
Hmm.
And everybody that's been around hadn't seen Gimbal or anything of what happened to him.
Where's that mirror we have? Could we find Gimbal in the mirror?
Oh yeah. Let's look in the mirror and I show you the. Gotta think of who you want, and they'll appear if they're alive.
Okay, who are you showing the mirror to?
Gimbal.
To Lachlan?
Lachlan.
Okay.
Yep.
Make a go ahead and roll a D100, Lachlan.
What? I forget how this thing worked.
Your
Gimbal's fate is in
percentage of
here.
seeing it.
You're looking, Lachlan, and all of a sudden appearing in the mirror is your good old daddy.
Ah!
It's Pops.
Pops! Oh, how's he doing? Oh,
He looks fine.
why is he making that though?
Yeah, he's carving a new naked sculpture.
Oh, no. Gosh, how embarrassing. Well, okay.
Yeah, but no Gimbal shows up in the mirror.
I hope he's okay wherever he is.
Can I try?
Sure.
Okay.
The mirror. Go ahead and make
Push
a
the mirror away.
gonna make a percentage roll. All right, Callista, as you're standing and looking in the mirror, you do see a familiar face in the mirror. It's another image of Kella Darkhope
God damn it.
in the mirror.
And
She-
she's right behind you.
With a poison dagger. Nope, just Kella Darkhope seems to be just.
She resists the urge to punch the mirror. Nope, don't want it.
No, but
Shake it, Ashlyn. Shake it.
no sign.
Like an etch a sketch.
That's a sketchy too.
That's awesome.
That's how I imagine it works. You just shake it for the next one.
So Clarion does come back. A little disappointed that he couldn't take out that other blue dragon. Glad to see everybody's okay. Glad that the blue dragon has been
Oh yeah.
destroyed. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Realizations of nasty things that Ashton was looking for.
But just to kind of fast forward, and if you guys want to stop me, go ahead and stop me if there's something that you guys want to, if there's something that your characters would do or role play out, just tell me.
Okay.
But basically,
Lissa doesn't need to give him the shit. She's just giving him like the death glare of "How dare you leave?"
right. Yeah, he'll have to deal with the consequences of that, I'm sure, for some time.
Calista will remember that.
For 100-something episodes,
Yeah.
just like the rest of us.
So basically, you guys decide to disperse and take King Hecaton back to his home using the conch.
Yeah.
Clarion seems to be okay with taking some of the others back. Galvin will go back with Clarion if Ashlyn's okay with that. And wait for you at the dumpster fire ranch, if that's okay. Harshnag's gonna
Who's
head.
taking Sarvin's body?
That's up to you guys.
I would ask if Clarion could take it back to our home first for now,
Okay.
and I would probably do another casting of the druid craft to like help maintain the body for the journey.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, he will.
Plant him under a nice tree.
He'll definitely do that. Do you guys want him to bury him, or do you want to wait until you guys can all get together? I mean,
We shouldn't be that.
It shouldn't
long.
be that long, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I tell him to just
Just wait.
keep him. I'm pretty sure we have a.
Actually, to be honest, you guys might make it back before they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay, well, find a quiet space for him when you arrive. Doesn't matter where. Don't bury him. We'll be there probably before you will. We'll handle it.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's no problem. They take the body and keep it safe. And you guys make your way back to Maelstrom. Like I said, we can kind of fast forward through this because basically the hard part, negotiating and all that's been done. The one thing that you do
Real
take,
quick, is it,
yeah,
where are we sending the 7 snakes to?
yeah, they go into
I think they're
your
going back home.
going to your
Yeah,
dumpster fire ranch.
Yeah, because we're all gonna go to the dumpster fire.
Yeah, they're on shore leave until we get back.
They're
Yeah.
gonna crash Lachlan's room.
I would give Brock. This rhymes, and I didn't even mean it. I would give Brock the rock.
Yes.
You smell the rock.
And tell him
Rock
if he breaks it.
rock the rock, Brock. Yeah.
And I tell him if he breaks it or loses it, it's coming out of any salary he had made on this trip.
Oh. Well, hey, I'll protect it. I got it.
Mhm.
I got it.
Okay.
You don't have to worry.
I want it back.
Oh, salary. This
keep
is like a there's like a like how much? How much are we talking here? I mean,
I have to talk to your bosses about that.
We brought you back to life. Do you know how expensive that was?
oh yeah, right.
Very.
You'll
I mean,
get
it was our
paid.
pleasure.
Is there like a
Just
is it like
Brock.
can I get one of those for like maybe a discounted
my
price? I mean,
One what? One revival?
I guess that was. How do you get into this conversation?
I don't know. Hi.
Brock, how much money do
I
you have on your
overheard.
person currently?
How much money do I have?
I know. Yeah, we gave you money. How much do you have left?
Oh, right. the money that
They
you
bought you
gave
some
me.
armor.
Yeah.
Oh, he spent it all. That's
See, I got
Sailor.
how much did you give me? You gave me like 100 platinum or something like that, or was it 40 platinum or?
It was like,
Let's not sweat the details, okay? Well, I got
spent it all.
I got about 8 silver on me.
I got $5.
Hey,
Join-
hey, look at that look at this armor we're wearing. I mean, look at us.
You
look
know
at us.
what?
We are a cohesive unit.
I don't wear armor.
The
You
7
jerk.
the 7, well, 4 for right now, but the 7 snakes. And we need to advertise that. We need people to know who we are.
This is true. We do need to work on branding, Lachlan.
It is strictly a branding issue. That's right, Ashlyn.
Oh.
We have to take this to the next level. So that
I'll brand him.
and Lachlan, I'm sorry. I mean, I spared no expense. I really wanted to.
You know what,
I mean,
Brock?
Oh, yes.
You can hold the swan until you get back home. And I'm going to take out 50 platinum, and I'm going to walk over to Clarion, because I don't know how long this trip's going to take. I'm going to hand it in Clarion's hand, looking directly at Brock. You are the financial upkeep for maintaining their bullshit. Any food they need, you pay for it. Don't let him touch that shit.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you.
He kind of looks smugly over
Brock?
at Brock, and Brock's like, ugh.
You're going to school when we get home
I probably need it, to be honest.
to learn money management, buddy. Ugh.
This isn't.
You could be the treasurer of the 7 snakes.
No, he is not.
You're not even
Already
a 7
vetoed.
snake.
Already vetoed.
I have all the money. I'm the treasurer, and he is not. Not until he gets a proper degree, he is not
Well,
touching.
send him to get his MBA, and he'll be
That's
fine.
fine, but he's got to go to school first. He's not touching the money
fair.
until then.
Okay.
While all this is going on,
College?
Molfin is sitting in the background and casts sending to Diana's mother.
Okay.
She says, I just
Don't you
have to
talk
warn
to my
you.
mom.
They are sending everyone to the house. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
Oh,
probably
it's
right.
reasonable, yeah. You're like, why is he talking to my mom?
Yeah.
You get a response back,
Leave my
Molfin.
mother alone.
It starts with a really long sigh. I'll get things ready.
Aw, Mom.
I love her.
I do ask Dad to come with us to.
To Maelstrom?
Maelstrom?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he'll go along.
Because I want to have a conversation with him before.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys do make it to Maelstrom. The exchange takes place. The new throne is put in its spot in front of Sarissa and also Uthar. Uncle Uthar, who's there. So they both oversee
Rico.
this. Uthar is the one probably the most hesitant about everything that's going on because this...
Is he aware that we're obtaining this old throne?
He is now. He wasn't.
Oh,
He wasn't
okay.
originally.
Okay. Okay.
But
Hmm.
he's the king. He decides what's going on. It doesn't matter what Uncle Uthar thinks. Okay, so he may be his right hand man, but he doesn't
Yeah.
make the decisions ultimately.
Yeah.
Long live the king. So
It's
so
good
Long
to be
live
the
the
it's
king.
good to be the king. That's right. So you guys establish this new Iymrith throne within this throne room. The king trades you not only the throne, but the controlling scepter that goes with it.
Ooh.
Here's
We're
the
talking.
here's the challenging part for you as a player, Kristy. I'm
Yep.
going to tell you that you have to be attuned to both items for the throne to function.
Okay.
And I'll send you over the deets on the throne because it is quite extensive. So it would, even if I blast it in the chat, it's going to be a lot of words. So I'll just send it to
Okay.
you over in the meantime. Basically, you can fly with it, so you can sit on the throne and fly around on the throne, and it can fire lightning out of it.
It's like a rascal scooter. Like.
It's crazy. It's pretty wild. And you got some defensive advantages. with it as
Calista, I'm a
well, okay?
rascal.
But
Makes me laugh so
the scepter that he gives you is what actually controls it. There's also a failsafe on it, that while you're attuned to the scepter and the throne, if anyone else tries to sit on the throne without the scepter, they become paralyzed, and they cannot move.
So can I technically
Wow.
just be attuned to the scepter and not the throne, or does that not work?
I have to double check, but I think you have to be attuned to both.
Okay,
Okay. So it does take 2 attunement slots.
gotcha. Yep,
But-
makes sense.
I'll double check on it to be sure, but I know
Yeah.
that it does have a scepter that controls it.
Yeah. I knew the scepter was part of the deal.
Mhm.
It's just complicated. Okay.
And he gets his fire sword, and he is just amazed at this thing when it ignites, and he's like twirling it all around, and like, you know how you get that cool like glare of light that kind of goes off of your vision and stuff when bright lights are flashing. He tries to like do like figure eights in the air, and he's like twisting it around, making circles effects and stuff, flashing it
Cool.
off, and they're amazed by his new magical weapon. And he's got his ring, which when he attunes to it, resizes to fit his finger, so he basically just puts it right on his finger, and he's got that. And he also, when he gets the next council together, he's going to invite you, Callista, to the council. Not only as a special guest, but an honorary member of the giant council.
Whoa!
Whoa!
And he also
Nice.
lets you all know that you're all invited at any moment, at any time, into Maelstrom without any hostility from the Storm Giants whatsoever. As you guys
Wow.
can add to your character sheets, Friends of the Storm Giants.
Oh, this is
Wow.
cool.
And he tells you pretty much before you leave, whatever moment, whenever you do leave, that at any moment in time, you can keep the conch, and you can use the conch to visit Maelstrom at any time.
I think we have a new place to run and hide to when it goes down.
Yay!
She wouldn't normally do this, but she would definitely, when he gifts her that privilege, she would ask that when he introduces her, to introduce her as the matron of the Ice Peaks,
Absolutely.
in lieu of Sarvin's fall.
He will do that. He agrees 100% wholeheartedly.
If it was any other time, Callista would not ask that, but now that Sarvin's gone, she's like, I have to honor him that way.
We should send a bard out for Sarvin.
We should.
Oh yeah. All right, so I've got
Molfen.
parts for Molfen.
Molfen will offer the king at any time he needs assistance of an arcane nature. Molfen is just a shout away.
Alright, he kind of bows to you and accepts gratefully, Molfen. He's a little distraught as he does get word that 2 of his daughters are missing. But reassures all of you that he is going to use the magic of Maelstrom to track them down and see if he can. Basically, his plan is to find them and console them and try to bring them back home. He still does love his daughters.
But he doesn't. Didn't they kill their mom?
He doesn't know that.
Oh no!
He
should we
knows that.
tell
He does not believe it. There's a difference.
Molfen told him, but he did not believe Molfen. He believed his daughters.
Oh.
Have we told Sarissa?
I don't think you guys. Well, you told. I think you were.
She was in the room.
You guys were suspicious. She was suspicious of it, but never really like said
I
either way or
think-
the other that.
I think Callista would pull her off to the side and relay the information they knew.
Mhm.
There's no hard evidence, but just from what we've heard,
Mhm.
Can I
I would
also
at least give her that update so she keeps an eye on her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she would most definitely accept. They're accepting of the information that you're giving them. It's just you have this. You guys all have this insight that they
They don't wanna.
now that their mom's gone, doing the best that they can to see if they can hold the family together in some way. It's like there's still this strong family bond despite what happened.
I understand that.
Some people would take it the other way and just want revenge and want to go after them and slaughter them, but this family has taken the other route. They want to try to.
And Callista would
redeem each
definitely
other.
respect that.
Mhm.
She just wants to make sure that her dad doesn't get hurt again.
And then no one else ends
Dan
up
on the
dead.
moon.
Hey, Dan.
Welcome back, Dan.
Oh, Dan on the moon is here.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dan.
Hey.
Chris in chat's on the side of revenge. he would be the giant going after the sisters. So yeah, you guys relay that information. It just seems like King Hecaton's really stubborn with this because these are his daughters.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And you, I'm gonna sense with your passive insight, he feels a little bit of responsibility if it is true, because you remember he skipped his older two daughters for his youngest to take the throne if something were to happen to him. And that's exactly what seemed to kind of spark some of this. Callista, did you want to talk to Riled here at Maelstrom, or when you got home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd assume we were staying here for a day to like rest.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything after
Yeah, you
doing all the
could.
fabrication and stuff.
And they have a way to teleport you guys back.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big. You guys can go whenever you want, basically.
Okay.
You guys reached
I feel
a
like-
level of character where you guys can just like bam, 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 bam around the world.
Yeah.
You know.
Can we like
I feel-
swim through a seaweed and like end up in our front yards because it's plant walk?
You could. You're several hundred feet in the middle of the ocean, so
Pressure.
water
Yeah, like
water
seaweed.
pressure might crush you when you just go outside.
Never mind.
There's always that.
I just thought it'd be cool. All right.
So Callista, I don't know what did you want to
I
say?
would stay here and do it because I feel like this is probably the safest place.
Okay, yeah. So you get a moment where it's just you and him.
So we might have a problem.
What is it, my dear?
Menzo Branson?
Yeah, what about it?
I think Grandma messaged me after the battle.
She did?
She said that we have something of hers and she wants us to bring it back to her. Praise Lolth. And I told her to get in line because there's a long list. But if she could contact me directly, she knows about me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's going to be an issue going forward. Or if she's going to come after you.
When did she contact you?
Be yesterday, shortly after the attack. After we'd finished everything.
Has she reached out to you since?
No, that was the first time. So far the last.
My dear, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen.
And why do you say that? Are you the thing she wants back, or is it the flask?
It's the prestige that she wants back. You see, our family is... Well, the Zolaran family has been going through a lot of trouble in recent times. She's looking for Lolth's blessing once more. And she'll do anything to get it. Just like the rest of the matron mothers of powerful houses. It's all about the prestige. See, our family left Menzoberranzan a while back to start a new establishment near Gauntlgrim, where this primordial was found to be dwelling. We used it until the dwarves came back and retook it and claimed it for themselves. That was a slap in our face. It seems they found a way to steal this primordial, and I guess it landed in our lap. So, can you blame her?
Finders keepers.
What would you like to do about it?
I mean, I think you know what I'd like to do about it, but that's... I feel like this is your call. She's your mother. I have never met the woman. I have no emotional attachment to her. If she tries to hurt you, I'll kill her without a doubt.
I hate to say
But if
this
you
to
want
you
me to
right
just
now,
leave her
Callista, but you
alone-
sound awfully like her right now.
Well, it is what it is.
She's gonna use her political sway in any situation that she possibly can, but underneath all that guise, she is a ruthless woman. And she wants to see this family rise again to its prominence and regain that constant lifeline or divine line right from Lolth. And she's gonna do whatever she can to do it. Maybe she knows about me. Maybe that's how she found you.
Do you think she's going to be a significant problem going forward?
I don't know for sure, but I must say we need to keep our eyes open and ever watchful. We can't bring that back to her, you know this.
Oh, that's not even a thought, no. But again, if we go down there to appease her empty-handed, like, what's that gonna... It just feels redundant to go say, hi, sorry, no, you're not getting it back, bye.
True. And, it's probably not a good idea for us to just, walk into Menzoberranzan. I don't know what they would think of me if they saw me there again. The last time I was there, I was on the outskirts and I ran into a couple of hunting parties on the outskirts. They saw me as a monster.
I don't think they'd still see you as a monster. You're not. You never were.
I was once duped by the blessing of Lolth. It turned into be the greatest curse I've ever had to deal with.
How would they feel knowing that you broke Love's curse?
That I'm not sure about. I don't know if they'd look at me as if somehow I've been redeemed. Let's just be honest. I know I didn't break the curse.
Guess we could tell him I did.
Are you sure it was you?
I'm not sure it's sticking yet.
He's like, he looks frighteningly down at his legs, and then back to you. Let's hope it
When
stays.
we deal with it, for now, I feel like you're safe. But I know I didn't do it. But they don't need to know that. They want prestige in this family? How about the half-breed that broke her father's curse against Lolth?
That is true, but my dear, a half-breed in Menzo Berenzin is nothing more than a slave.
I'm aware. There's no reason for us to go back. Doesn't mean they can't hear rumors.
True. But I think the idea of keeping our eyes open and ready for anything should stand from here on out. I don't know if she tries to reach out to me, I will let you know.
Please do.
And if
I would have told you sooner, but it was a lot going on.
that's fine, do you think we need to make the others aware of this situation?
I've told them when it came in, we were having a conversation about how to deal with the Hecaton trade.
Oh.
That's when it came through, so.
We'll stay together. We'll keep each other safe. That's what we'll do.
Of course.
And he gives you a big hug, pulls you in,
Oh.
and you can sense, like with your passive insight, that there is a little worry to him, and he's really doing a really good job of doing that fatherly, I'm not gonna let you worry kind of
Is
deal.
he worried about me? Is he worried about us in general from his mom? Like, is he scared of his mom?
He knows what his mom can do,
Okay.
and that worries him a little.
Okay.
But that seems to be
Okay.
kind of the end of the conversation for him, unless there was something else you wanted to add to it.
I kind of just like punch him in the arm.
What?
That's for scaring me earlier.
How did I scare you? What did I do?
I'm a powerful mage. I have the staff. I can do anything.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's been a long time, you see?
You're like, yeah, I love you, and I just walk away.
And he kind of like follows you. Put yourself in my shoes, as he says he's walking around. I didn't even have these feet, like, for a long time. And
Yeah, so you jump right into danger the moment you get them back. Brilliant.
And it's kind of one of those situations where they argue all the way back.
Yeah,
to
we
it.
just swap all the way back.
Did we hear any of this argument as they start walking away?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, a lot of him talking about having 2 legs, and he likes that he can tie shoes now, and I can even wear.
Nothing about the staff.
I can wear pants.
Nothing about the staff.
Oh, did you see this thing shoot fireballs out of it? Oh.
The minute he starts bringing up the staff, Molfen is going the other direction from Callista.
Yeah. Wolfen tiptoes away.
And while this is going on, I want to put on the ring of
Uh-oh.
animal influence,
Okay.
and I want to talk to Stripes,
Okay.
and I want to say, who's a good Tresso?
No, I am.
Yes, you are! And then I want to go, and who's a good Ferguson?
Who's Ferguson?
No, don't I talk to another one now?
Oh, you're talking to Ferguson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's a good Ferguson?
No.
No response. Stripes looks at you. Who's Ferguson?
No.
Ferguson's this guy. And I pull out my aquarium. Ferguson?
Oh no. No.
No response.
Callista, I've never done a druid ring before. Why isn't Ferguson talking to me?
Legendary resistance.
The Tressum flies up and lands on your shoulder. It's just like looking into there.
Yeah. These are your brothers.
Really?
Yeah, there's Ferguson, there's Sir Salisbury III, and there's Jimmy! Jimmy, can you hear me?
No response.
Maybe it's because of the water? Yeah, it's because of the water. I'm so silly. Let me put him back.
This is so horrible. This is so horrible. Sarah, no.
Oh, you're right. They need to be in the sunlight to eat. Okay, so I put them on the windowsill.
Sarah, give yourself a free point of DM's inspiration, please. That was amazing.
I was so scared of that. I was like, is Ashley gonna find out?
That's literally why I said
Yeah.
no. I know what you want to do.
How many episodes has this been going on? Like, how long has this been a thing?
I don't
Like,
even know.
it's been a long time.
Over 50?
Over 50 episodes.
Yeah.
I think she's had them.
That's crazy.
They're still alive.
They're still
my eyes.
alive.
Hey, they make her happy.
So you guys, I think
It's like having a pet rock.
things are kind of done here, unless anybody wants to chime in.
I was going to
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so my goal was to because you know how I'm all connected with like the people that are like building that whole ranch thing out by like Nightstone stuff because it's fertile land and everything.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if maybe I could send a letter to that organization to have them go out to the places that Crowan mentioned were like in need of aid and stuff. Like just kind of like see if they like had any connections to those areas and if they could like give me some feedback on like what they see amongst the common people that like needs help, needs aid and stuff.
I don't have my notes here, but Galvin is a member of one of those factions.
Yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
remember for the life of me which one
that-
it was. It wasn't the.
I
think
can't
it
remember
might have been
either.
the same one that Callista is in, the Emerald Enclave.
Emerald Enclave?
I think so.
Yeah. I think you could probably send a letter to them at the Golden Fields, the Emerald Enclave,
Yeah.
and they'd probably
Yeah.
go with it. That would be probably something you could do from the Dumpster Fire Ranch.
Okay.
Probably
Okay.
easy to do there.
Oh yeah, because we're still at the. Are we
Yeah,
still at
you're
the?
still
like-
underwater.
Yeah, you're still underwater
Okay.
right now, so.
Oh yeah.
The
All right,
I don't
then
think
I'll do
I don't
that
think
when
the
we get to
courier
Dumpster
would
Fire.
reach here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that I want to do when we get to the dumpster fire, but that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Lachlan, anything you would want to do at Maelstrom, or are you pretty much solid?
Nothing.
had
Yeah.
nothing to
ready
do here?
Ready to go.
Okay. So you guys, bamf with the help of the Storm Giants, bamf back to your Dumpster Fire Ranch, where you can see that you're met with most of your allies. You're regathered. I would say that you guys probably put together a funeral for Sarvin.
Mm.
Do you guys just want to bury him somewhere on the property? Did you guys want to do something different with him, or do something mellow? Did you want to?
Ooh, is there a way we can make like a mountain-looking thing, Callista, with rock, and put like fake frost on top, and that be his monument?
I might be able to.
Just like make it look like fake frost on the giant mountain in our backyard, and it'd be so cool. Because I think you'd like that with the frozen fire and everything.
If we have stone, I can fabricate it into whatever you'd like.
Okay.
I can move earth. I can meld stone. Move earth.
Yeah, whatever magic people do.
Yeah, I'm sure with the combination of my elemental magic, I can figure something out.
Okay.
Cool.
So you guys are gonna do something kind of low key on your property, and just
I think so.
yeah. Okay.
Sort of a nice little.
We know.
We
He would have won his praises in the streets. Wait, we gotta hire that bard and then go through water. I can't go through Waterdeep. Neither can Mulva.
Mulfin's gonna walk away and just go downstairs and start copying a spell into his spellbook.
Okay. Sure.
You're missing the procession?
I think he's.
But you can't go in for the procession yet, so I'm assuming you're not gonna have it yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this
Um,
isn't something that you guys have to do right away either. Like.
Okay,
So you can
okay.
wait.
What do you think? Would he like low key with
You
the
don't want to
Five
wait
Festival?
too long because you don't want to.
Right.
You know.
Or do you think that he'd want a
Dead
huge
body.
procession?
Yes. It's-
As Mulfin's
Yeah.
walking away, at least give me a bloody day.
Take a day.
You're cranky.
While we're taking it over,
So Diana, you're gonna take initiative on writing that letter to the Emerald Enclave?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I also wanted to, if I could take a day, while Molfen is taking a day before the funeral, also like go into the city and spread stories of Sarvin, so that way people are like, they know who
That was a good idea.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be very
and
easy.
Molfen.
That'd be very easy. And Molfen?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
and Molfen
Oh.
too, such a brave warrior who just has conquered overwhelming evil and takes it upon himself. He's really bearing all of our sins, really. I'm just gonna make him sound like a real martyr.
Okay.
Molfen, that is, and then also Sarvin. Sarvin is actually the real martyr. Sarvin's gonna get most of the credit this time. Then I'll do Molfen later.
Okay.
Molfen is kind of like an added story.
Okay.
Kind of sim.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Enough talking.
You start moving around Waterdeep, doing that. I'm trying to think of like other timestamp things that you guys would want to accomplish or finish up here. I'm trying to find this guy's name that was in the Golden Fields that you guys met with.
Oh, actually, there is something that Molfen would do before he goes downstairs away from everybody else.
Oh, here it is. Larden Darovic. He was he was the priest that you met. He was the worshiper of Shantae, the god of agriculture.
Mm.
And that's,
right.
And that's why Nightstone was so exciting to them, because it was fertile land and blessed by Shantae, and they would like to, turn that into another place where it was a little bit closer to some of the bigger cities, so they could allocate goods a little bit quicker. So yeah.
There's one other thing Molfen would want to do, because he's on a timetable for that.
Okay.
Send a message to Dorn. He's downstairs.
Okay, you're sending a message to Dorn.
Yep.
Okay.
Apologies, dealing with a dragon. Has there been any update on your search? We need to get together and talk. And that's it.
Okay. Let me go back up to my first page over here and double check something really quick. I wrote some notes here.
Just to fill in, like, the silent space, Callista would make a monument to Sarvin with stone shape and move earth.
Okay.
And kind of just put him, like, a 5-foot stone figure of him, like, kind of like standing on top of, like, a mountain side.
Okay. Excellent.
Holding an eyeball in his hand.
Yes.
Oh, he would love that.
Yes. Oh, and now that you describe this, Kristy, you must draw this.
That's so cool.
Oh,
yes!
God! Can't draw
Yes!
I'm gonna die!
I
Oh,
love
no.
that. That is amazing.
And I kind of have, like, forget-me-nots at his feet that kind of go halfway down the mound, so it kind of looks like the forget-me-nots are the snow.
That's fantastic.
Oh.
Love it. Love it. Molfen, you do get a response back from Dorn. He tells you that he is headed back to Faerun
What?
from I think I pronounced it Maztica,
Okay.
which you guys would know Molfen is another continent. Towards Luskin to meet with others to talk about a plan to discover the location of the Sword of Kas.
What?
And that's the response you get back from Dorn.
Immediately cast sending again.
Okay.
Was more interested in a certain ocular appendage than a bladed weapon.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. You get another response back.
Yeah.
And it says, "We all are."
Ooh.
That's not cool.
Cryptic.
But with the finding of the sword, I feel it will make that certain ocular organ easier to acquire. And that's the response that you get.
And then Molfin just let be and starts doing his spell stuff.
Okay. Perfect.
As Diana has a nervous breakdown walking to the city without knowing why.
Yeah, Diana doesn't know it. Ah. He's like, I want to go to Luskan. Let's go. I'm ready.
Molfin's gonna teleport. He can be there like this.
In part of the downtime, could I
Yeah.
get arranged for the Griffins to come back? Whether I have to go there and
Oh
pick
yeah,
them up
yeah,
and
yeah.
bring them back?
Clarion could bring them back within a few days, probably of travel. He could bring them back to you. They fly.
I mean,
with him. You guys.
I would
both,
go. Like I would vamp us there, and then we can fly back
Okay.
together.
You guys both. Well, you guys both get your. They are back, and they are full grown. So you guys have full grown griffins that you can ride upon their backs.
That's so cool.
and fly through the sky. You do probably need to get some nice saddles made.
Okay.
Because they do take a special saddle because of the wings. But you could get it custom made. I'm gonna say a couple other things. If you guys want to go back and forth here within these next 20 minutes that we've got, we can go back and forth and roleplay different things. But one thing that I did want to mention is you do get a couple pieces of mail in these 3 weeks of downtime that you have before we move on to the next part of our campaign.
Mail.
The mail that you get a lot of thank you letters.
What?
From a lot of people from all around.
As we
Faerun.
should.
It seems that the rumors have spread of your great deeds and your accolades and how you guys have stopped Iymrith from tempting the giants to crush the lands of the north. The giants' attacks have dwindled into almost nothing. Ashlyn, you receive a official letter from Waterdeep.
Oh no. They know where I live.
It pardons.
That's a summon.
It has pardoned your fine, and has pardoned your warrant for arrest within the city.
Oh, good.
But it also states that you are on probation for 2 years,
Oh.
and that and to never, ever lay a hand on a noble again.
Oh.
But that was a boy.
Oh.
I'm gonna bet 10 platinum she fails.
Basically, probation means they're gonna let you in, but they're gonna keep an eye on you.
Oh, okay.
And if you're up to no good, then yeah, they're gonna lock you up.
Okay.
But you do receive a official letter from Waterdeep because of your accolades and your part in defeating the dragon. They have waived that, and that's a pretty big deal for Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's huge for
Yeah.
Waterdeep. That's
crazy.
huge.
You gotta worry. You need to worry too. That means that Waterdeep knows that you're local,
Yeah.
and so you gotta be.
Why did we
careful
build
with
the
that.
dumpster fire so close?
You guys,
Yeah.
also
You built it before you got banned.
in this moment, Harshnag has been hearing rumors throughout his travels, even before he met you, of what his kin, the Frost Giants, have started to rebuild and resettle a place called let me see, it's called Svadborg. And he, in the meantime of this, probably halfway through your downtime, he wants to travel to this place, which is in the Sea of Moving Ice, which is way up past Bryn Shander, where it's like basically a broken up glacier. He wants to travel there to bring news to these giants of, the reestablishment of the Ordning and all that kind of thing. And he feels it's his responsibility as a Frost Giant to do so.
Okay.
The last letter you guys do receive is a strange rolled up scroll that comes addressed also to Ashlyn.
Oh dear.
And it's strange because it's when you get this, it's like in a scroll tube at first, and you recognize the markings, Ashlyn, on the scroll tube as coming from the monastery of the Order of the Gleaming Blade, which is your home monastery where you trained as a Kensai monk.
Okay.
You open it up, and it says Aluna, which you know stands for student.
Okay.
It says Ashlyn. The Order of the Gleaming Blade is thrilled to have heard the news that you were part of the defeat of the ancient blue dragon that has sown so much discord throughout the lands of the north. Congratulations to you and all your accomplishments. We are extremely proud of you and believe that you have completed your soul quest. You have been requested to return to the Monastery of the Gleaming Blade as soon as possible for your evaluation among the Legacy 7. We hope that you can make it soon, and I feel confident that the 7 will see that your training is complete, and perhaps you will be the one to wield the Legacy Blade. And it is signed Usatel, which means teacher, Ingorfin, who is the one who is responsible for training you.
Oh, how about that?
You got accepted to college.
Yeah, I know, right?
Accepted to
All you have to
Harvard.
do is pass it,
She's at Oxford.
Yale? Hell yeah.
Well, I'll tell my friends. It looks like I got a letter from the monastery.
Oh, it's good news.
And Waterdeep saying I'm pardoned, but monastery, and I have to go in front of the Legacy 7 to prove my honor. So if you guys want to come with me, I gotta head back to the old monastery.
Oh my
I don't know what I have
gosh.
to do to prove my honor, but I assume you guys can watch or
Ashley, can I read that
Yes,
letter? What does this mean?
mix cube. Here.
Have I heard of any of this?
I run up and I hug Ashlyn.
Oh,
Big huge hug.
You guys would probably, well, I know Diana would know this for sure. That is a monastery that's pretty close to her home.
Okay, so it's not that far.
Yeah, it's pretty secluded into itself.
Okay.
But yeah, it came from basically near Nightstone, where you guys started this whole thing. So that's where it's located. It's actually in the forest
There. Oh.
that those orcs and elves came out of that attacked Nightstone.
Oh.
It's in that
Ardeep?
forest. Ardeep Forest, yeah. That's where it's located.
Oh. Ashlyn, this is amazing.
Who knew that
Wait.
killing a dragon would
Wait,
give you
what's the Soul Blade?
It's called the
It's Legacy Blade,
Legacy
Or
and,
Legacy Blade? What's this?
and I'm not sure. They kind of kept it a secret.
But they're
wait.
saying you might be able to wield their secret weapon?
Maybe it's a metaphor.
Metaphor, gotcha.
Metaphor. That's the word
No
I'm
wonder she got in.
Ashlyn, you do remember you were quite, you could pick up on some things while you were there. The Legacy Blade has been a part of this monastery for as long as it's been in existence, and it is a weapon that chooses its wielder. You can't just use it. You have to be accepted by the weapon. And they've been, Ashlyn, for a fact that they've been looking for the next one to wield this weapon, and it has not chosen a wielder yet.
And it hasn't chosen a wielder yet.
Well done. Nicely played, Sarah.
Perhaps we could force it to.
No.
Wait,
Just a unison of no!
Why must you always go there?
I don't even know what it looks like.
Well, it could have been worse. I could have done this and gonna cast a spell and turn himself into a dwarf. Casting seeming.
Seeming as your dwarf. Nice.
Why would you do that?
But apparently you can just walk into Waterdeep now.
Oh.
After I spent
Yeah.
all day yesterday
Strange.
and studying this spell.
Molfin, strangely enough, and everything that you guys have been hearing and everything that you've been seeing, and now that Ashlyn got this pardon, nothing is ever said about you. It's eerily silent about your, not only your existence in general, but your participation in defeating the dragon.
I immediately make plans to go back to the city and spread more news about the Gospel of Molfin. I'm more evangelical about Molfin than my own god.
Oh no, that's dangerous. Be careful.
Yeah.
it is a cult. I'm in.
It's not a cult.
Wolfen is just the whole time during
Propaganda.
downtime, just continuing his plan.
His plan? Gotcha.
Okay.
The copy of the shroud, the copy
I
of
hand- Yeah,
Excellent.
we would leave you to that. Because you have to do it like every single day, right?
yeah, it's the spell itself. Just
How
so
long does it
everyone
take?
has it. It's one action to cast.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's not like
So
a
it's-
long ritual.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
And it's an illusion that creates the false information about it. The part that it's specifically doing is changes the way it appears to spell magical effects, can make it appear magical, or make it the other object appear non-magical.
Right. I would hand her acceptance letter, I guess, congratulations letter, back to Ashlyn. And do you know who was the last person that wielded it? How long ago?
Oh, enter DM thinking with my brain here.
It's been probably since before you were born, Ashlyn.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. Your monastery is quite small and has been dwindling a little bit. So it's been kind of slim pickings for the sword, to be honest. But that's pretty much all you would know about it, probably.
Okay.
I mean, they just keep on trying to get new students in and to train them and send them on soul quests, and maybe their soul quest would be enough to appease the sword to accept it as a wielder. And basically, in essence, the one who's accepted by the sword becomes the champion for the monastery.
Could be a pretty big deal, guys.
I was just gonna say that sounds like a pretty big deal.
That does sound cool.
I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Of course you are.
Okay.
You have
You come
everything
this
need.
far. Exactly. You've come this far. You've come such a long way, and you have us. So.
Yes. Okay, as long as I'm in my cheering section.
And Usatel in Gorfin, he was very supportive of you, Ashlyn. Like, he was a good teacher. He did get frustrated at times because you were kind of slow to pick up on some things.
Yeah.
But, you know, he was very patient with you. And there is an essence of very, very, he's not a very, like, overly excited or very down person. He's kind of just, like, right down the middle most of the time.
Mhm.
This letter is more excited than you've ever, like, kind of actually heard him physically, you know?
Cool. I should like frame this on a wall in my tower. It'll be the only thing I have on my wall.
Okay. I guess the only other thing that I would ask you guys with downtime is you guys had mentioned to Crowan that you would take care of the allocation of any funds or any
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
How exactly are you doing that, and how much, and what are you willing to do for some of these towns, villages, even outskirts farmlands that have been basically decimated by giant attacks over the last year?
What did my connections come back with?
Yeah.
Yeah, the connections. What in specific were you asking? If they could allocate different things? Is that what you were trying
I was
to do?
asking
If
them
they could control
to
it?
kind of. I was asking them to kind of gather more so just like information, like to assess the needs of the people, because I just kind of trusted them more since like they were already doing charitable things. I was like, assess the needs of the people and see like what you think like is a vital need in each city.
Yeah, Callista, what do you think about asking the Emerald Enclave if they're out in a boot?
I already did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
who
are.
she.
They are
I would have
members.
given
Oh, the
Diana
Emerald-
contact names. Yeah, for
Okay.
the Emerald Enclave.
Really, it's just a lot of, really just money funding is a lot of what they need, because they're finding that they can't not only get, it's not so much the materials, but making sure the workers are well, a lot of them are volunteering time. And that's basically making it to the point where the same people are doing most of the work and they're getting burnt out. So they basically want to start hiring some people to get new, fresh help in a lot of these places. And also farmlands that were decimated, they want to give the farmers a little bit more money so they can gain more seed and plant more crops and get that started. They have a feeling like the next harvest is not going to be as plentiful as the one previous. So it may take like a year or so before there's going to be an abundance again. But basically they just tell you any kind of funding that we can take, we'll take it.
Which city was hit the hardest? Like, which one needs the most immediate now thing?
Yeah.
Tribor was almost completely leveled by fire giants.
Yikes.
Okay.
Basically, probably 3/4 of that town was burnt to the ground.
Is there a large Harper influence there, or Lord's Alliance?
I mean, I feel like we can't just like.
I don't think Tribor is Lord's Alliance. You're not 100. You Harpers are so secretive, and it's hard to know without like actually visiting. And sometimes you might be talking to a Harper spy and you have no idea.
We'll have to look it up.
You guys know Golden Fields took some damage, but most of it was to the main wall. Their defensive structure around there. And Bryn Shander, when you guys were there and that all those giants started attacking, they threw some stones into the over the wall and smashed a lot of the buildings and did some damage to the outer wall up there as well. So those seem like to be the 3 establishments where it's been the worst, but the outskirts of farmlands has been, because those were easy pickings, especially for the hill giants. They just went in, smashed the farms, took all the food, and then ran away.
So it was the farmlands, Bryn Shander, and what else?
Farmlands,
Tribor.
Tribor was the one that was, I mean, it almost got wiped off the map.
Can I get in contact with Dashara
You could, yeah.
and see if she could help us out with this? If I give her money to like take places,
To deliver it? Yeah, she could do it, and she could also get some of her
her Griffin Riders.
Her Griffin Riders to do it too.
Because I trust her, because she's the one that gave me the Emerald Enclave. So I'm like, if anyone's gonna find balance here, it's gonna be her.
Yeah.
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 Because Emerald Enclave was all about balance and not like heavily maintaining like infrastructure of civilization. Like they're gonna also focus on rebuilding the natural environment around the area as well.
Yeah.
So they're a bunch of hippie commies.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, you know what? Can Diana join the Emerald Enclave? I like these people.
If you want to, they always have new members.
Callista, I want to be in the Enclave.
Callista could even recruit you.
Callista, put me in the Enclave.
It's yours. You have to question
I want a
it.
pin.
All right, so Diana, are you
I'll talk
joining
to
the Emerald Enclave?
I'm in the Emerald Enclave.
Okay. So Callista, in your contact with Dashara gives you another Emerald Enclave. Was it a pin? Was it a
Pin?
It's.
Brooch?
I had a
brooch?
brooch.
Yeah,
I had like a brooch pin that I have on my shoulder now.
Yeah. Okay. You get the same thing, Diana, that you can wear if you want. I mean, not every
Actually,
Emerald Enclave person wears it, but it's up to you. You can wear it underneath
Could
a
I
cloak
give
or
her-
something like that if you wanted to.
Could I give her my basic one? Because didn't I get an upgraded one? Because I went up a level.
Yeah.
So I'll give her my first one.
So you give her your first one.
Oh my god, it's so emotional.
And one thing I probably forgot to mention this, Callista, when you originally got, but maybe I did. I can't remember.
What's that?
When you join the Emerald Enclave, you do get like, it's like a green hooded. It's not a cloak. It's more like a cape.
Like a petticoat.
But yeah, but it's like a bright emerald green.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just kind of ties around your neck. It has a hood on it that you can put up, and it only goes down to like probably like the middle of your thighs. Like it doesn't go all the way down to your feet.
I'm not adding it to the character art, but
No,
she keeps it in her backpack because there's a reason she's not purposely wearing a cloak anymore because of Anna.
And this is like the Emerald Enclave. They're not like the Harpers where they completely hide it all the time. So they'll wear this green thing to indicate. Even if they don't have their
She'll
logo
wear it
on.
if she has to go into a meeting or something.
Yeah,
but
they
she'll
do.
keep it.
Yeah, they wear it for meetings and other kind of, ceremonial things of that nature. They'll wear it as a way to indicate that they're a member.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Do we know
Diana joins a
how-
faction.
Oh.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Molfen got booted out of one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Join the Zendar of Gramps.
Hey, they might.
I have a level 1 rogue. I can join the snakes if you want them.
They might take you.
Do it.
Actually,
Do it.
it's up to Lachlan. He could recruit you at any time.
Hey,
Do it.
peer pressure.
If Lachlan wants it, Molfin's down.
So
Of course.
before
there is a
we get
big
into
money.
factions, guys, how much money are we thinking
Yeah.
each of these
I was gonna
places
ask.
need?
Oh no, Uncle Muffin, are you gonna try to kill me so you can move up the ranks? Because I wouldn't like
No.
that.
I wouldn't like that. Fair.
Honestly,
I
I'd be hurt a little.
Oh.
Yeah, you sure you want to
Molfen just
invite
sort of leads his head over a
Molfen,
little
Lachlan?
bit.
Because didn't you say like if somebody could beat you in combat or something, they
Yep.
could be the
Yeah.
leader?
That's how it works,
That's
right?
Yeah. So, yeah, oh no, he's gonna kill me.
Molfin's
No.
gonna lean over. My dear, I would not try to kill you.
Muffin.
Do or do not. There is no try.
So,
Um,
you just want the second ring now?
Oh.
I would never step on your toes, dear.
Okay. You can have it if you
My
want.
skills. I am happy to join and assist.
Oh, Molfen is
God.
the newest member
Oh.
of the 7 Snakes.
Oh no. I'm outnumbered.
You're outnumbered in the group. Yeah.
No.
But
Until I get thrown out of this one for, being all hail Satan.
Wait, then I'll
Yeah.
get thrown out too.
Party-wise, though, I would say to all these different places that want money, 1,000 copper apiece.
A copper?
Yeah.
Copper?
Big bucks over here.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Moneybags.
Here's a brick for your outer wall. Enjoy. Thank you.
I was thinking.
I was thinking-
10,000 gold work for Tribor? Is that
Well,
enough?
Remember,
much-
I think you guys
Yeah.
paid 10,000 for your house.
Yeah, but our house,
Oh.
we're having a lot of stuff done to that, too.
So
we're
if
having,
you
like,
so if you think about it,
teleportation
like
circles in there.
an average house would probably be anywhere between 5,000 and 7,000. So if you think about how many houses might have been crushed and damaged, and
Maybe we should have accepted his help.
Instead of you yelling at
Molfen
him.
is going to walk up
I was very angry.
and smack her in the back of the head.
Who, me?
Just you.
You said you wanted to get Crowan's help.
She's gonna cast inflict wounds on you.
Yeah.
She can
Was
certainly
that
try.
because I said that I wanted to get Crowan's help, or is that because I denied his help?
I don't
No,
really
it's
know.
Because, well, you didn't kill him at the point, and you were thinking about going back for his help now.
I mean, I wasn't gonna kill him. I was just gonna
We should have killed him.
need it. I mean, should have and should and all that, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Coulda, shoulda.
Anyways, yeah.
I do not think it is our sole responsibility to rebuild all of these towns. If Tribor has been hit so hard, why don't we provide them with half the gold we have.
Fair point.
Wait, what?
That's it. We have, I think Callista said about 70,000 gold.
Yeah.
If we give them 35,000, if we average...
You guys have way more than that.
Hang on, I'm
No,
looking at
no, we
You guys
have more
like
platinum.
290,000 worth of platinum, or 2,000.
Right,
no,
I'm not
yeah.
discussing our platinum, that is ours. I'm talking about our gold.
Fair enough.
Oh.
If we give them 35,000 gold to the city, that if we assume modest houses, if that's how they choose to utilize it, that's 6-7 families.
How many citizens live there?
I do not
How many
know.
houses were burned?
I can,
Like how many resources are we
I
replacing?
can give you a more exact number.
Raise an army to conquer some of these cities.
Furthermore, I think that perhaps since it's such a big deal in my church to assist those in need, I think that I should probably pay a visit to the temple leaders in Waterdeep and like be like, hey, like let's get it together. Let's go to these places and like help some people, help rebuild
Yes.
for free labor, you know, because that's like our whole
Your
purpose.
temple was all about helping people.
Long sigh. You hear her mother. The same sigh.
Yeah, there's a lot in common there.
Yeah.
And Morpho looked at you. Ah, I see you get that sound from your mother.
Yeah.
I thought this told me the population of Tribord, but I guess it doesn't.
Remember from my last visit to Tribor, there were 7 or 8 people.
When was that? In the before Common Era? Where was it Velociraptors?
Oh!
It has about
That was before stream.
2,500
2,500?
individuals.
Yeah, the thing about Tribord though is it's a lot of the people that consider themselves, they don't actually live in the village.
Yeah,
There's a
they all
lot
live
of
in
farms on
farms,
the
yeah.
outskirts. There is a town,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of farms on the outskirts that constitute most of its population.
So
Yeah,
maybe
they're not,
like
they're
40,000.
They're not going to turn down 40,000 gold if you
Yeah.
send it their way.
I feel like we could do 40,000 sent to Tribor and then send some like Ilmater folk down there to do like rebuilding for like, you know, like to do free labor, and then maybe we could do like send the Enclave down there to like help them restore their farms.
That's not a bad idea.
Zentarum can help somebody.
Yeah, what are the Zentarum gonna do? Like, come on now. Y'all need to pull your muscle here, no?
We could contract out to our own people. This is,
Yeah, that's true. We could.
and then we collect the money.
What about Tommy, that gentleman I hired to obtain objects for me?
Oh, is that guy? Yeah.
It was rather good, only cost me a couple of 100 platinum. I mean, well, he had to deal with some sort of demon summoned by the Temple of Ilmater.
Summoned by one of your little Vecna buddies.
I'm sorry, they were in the Temple of Ilmater when it appeared, so...
Never mind, I'm not getting into this with you.
Every time you use an argument...
The logistics of demon summoning. I'm sorry, I go to church. I'm not aware of the logistics of demon summoning. Bullshit.
I'm just taking my notes. I've got Diana to Emerald Enclave, Molfin to Zent's 7 Snakes. It's like we're all picking teams now. It's like
Gotta pick a snake name, Graham.
So you guys are sending 40,000 gold to Tribor? Is that the consensus? Is that what everybody's doing?
I'm okay with
via
Deshara.
Deshara, and she's
Yeah.
gonna take it and distribute it with her.
I would probably take time off
For
to like
providers.
help her get there faster. Like I would meet her somewhere and then we would tree stride and like I would go with her.
Yeah, it'd be much easier. Like 40,000.
Because I don't want her
gold.
to. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't want her to like be out in the middle of nowhere with 40,000 gold.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I would help do that.
Absolutely. Okay.
So I will take that.
So I got those notes on there. That's fantastic. All right. We're at about 11:07. Is there any last things that we will want to do before I let our viewers know where we're going from here.
Nope, I think I'm good.
As we launch the next step of our campaign on Friday, March the 13th.
Well,
I pray to
my
Ilmater
question
and I
is,
thank him
how
for getting us
long-
this far.
There you go.
how long is this downtime approximately
It will
before
be
we restart?
It will
1
be,
year.
It will be 1
Yeah.
month, so 30 days. 3 10 days, 1 month
Okay.
in D&D time. I will give you guys an exact calendar date when we go to start.
Tarsac 27.
So I can try, hopefully, maybe to keep us on a calendar.
If you give us a date, I've got a calendar that I have printed out for Monday. I can just print another one out and keep it for.
Okay. Yeah, if
Fridays.
if you're okay for being the
Timekeeper, yeah.
timekeeper, daykeeper for us going forward, that'd be great. I wish I would have done it from the beginning of this campaign so I could actually know exactly where we were, but hey.
The
DM
last
problems.
thing Molfen would do is as the
Yeah.
30 day is ending, is probably gonna again wake up one of the mornings, cast seeming on himself, and go try to wander out into Waterdeep, into the dock area. Try to find some beaten, bedraggled little person, smaller race, halfling gnome.
In Waterdeep? Are you crazy?
But that's where we live. Fair enough.
Yes!
Let's let fate decide.
Oh.
Maybe it'll be Daggerford because I can get to Daggerford too.
Do that there. You don't shit where you eat.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Not Waterdeep.
So
Also, you know what? Steal a body from a morgue.
That's what I said. That's what
Diana
I
Honestly,
said,
said.
no,
yeah,
I
what
couldn't
Ashley
steal a body,
said.
so I got to murder somebody.
No!
Molfen was gonna. Molfen will go to Daggerford to the Temple of Ilmater to see if he can view any dead bodies. But I do casting seeming to look like a small dwarf in Ilmater, repping clothes that look like he's a worshiper of Ilmater.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, no.
Okay.
No.
Tana's like, where did my scarf go?
Okay, so you're going to be. So what's your story? Why are you taking a body?
I'm not telling them I'm taking. I'm literally. I'm walking down.
I'm just
borrowing
imagine being in a morgue and some random guy with a trench coat walks in and says, "Hey,
Yup.
that guy, I need him."
It's. I'm not telling them I'm taking him.
Oh my gosh.
I'm coming in. I was sent to prepare last rites.
Oh, so you're deceiving them.
I'm literally gonna bullshit my way down to get there. See if they have what I need.
Okay, since you cast seeming, I will give you advantage on the deception check.
Oh.
Okay.
Doesn't he have that ring?
Oh, that's a valid point.
Oh.
I can't tell when he's lying.
Yep.
They literally, the ring of mind shielding.
Oh,
Not to give you an unnecessary advantage, but if we're being
you
honest.
would know that, so you would know that.
What the?
So that they can't tell if you're lying, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah,
That's
so-
true. Yeah, they can't tell. Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, you're in.
They're immune. Oh, wait, no. Well,
You're in
it
charge
doesn't
of the
say
right?
that. Immune to magic that allows other creatures to read my mind or determine if I'm lying.
Oh, okay.
So it's magic.
Like a zone of truth wouldn't
Ooh,
work
so
on it.
specifically magic. That
So it's
can
specifically
determine.
magic,
Got it.
so,
So yeah, you still
yeah,
gotta
I
make
still
the
gotta
check.
roll.
I'll still give you advantage because you're using seeming to come
Oh.
across as a priest of Ilmater, wanting to do the rites for this gnome corpse.
Oh wow.
This is karma.
Basically, they're just like, I'm sorry, I don't seem to recognize you from. Are you new here?
Oh, I'm just gonna.
What temple? What city temple did you come from anyway? I'm curious. You can tell.
Tribal. And then leaving.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you got a really quizzical look because there is no Temple of Ilmater in Tribor, and there wasn't one even before it got leveled. So they knew you were lying.
Oh.
I would, in between all the political, monetary BS that Callista has to deal with and visiting, I guess, I'm assuming the council meeting with the Giants is happening at some point during the downtime or after?
It's probably going to be a while.
Okay, so she won't have to
It's
deal
going to
with
be
that.
longer than a month, yeah.
Good. I don't have to deal with that. She would probably ask Diana on a date on one of their downtimes.
Oh,
Nice. Strolling through the city of Waterdeep.
Diana accepts. Diana accepts.
Nice.
She'd love to go. When Molfen comes back, she snatches her scarf back from him and is like, don't ever do that again. And you know what? If you can't find a body anywhere, why don't you go dig one up? Hello?
that's what I said. Potter's Field.
Yeah, Ashland's got all the good ideas.
Why doesn't anyone listen to
What the hell
Ashlyn?
is Potter's
I don't
Field?
know.
It's a field where they lay dead people that they don't know their names. You know, Potter's Field.
And where is that?
It's wherever, it's a general term.
Jason in chat says, ooh, used bodies.
If you can't buy store-bought, then homemade is fine.
Yeah.
And she'd probably also technically be
know
on a date
one.
with Clarion, going to pick up the baby griffins.
Are you calling it a date?
I think Callista would.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
She's got to get it out of her system before she has to go kill a god, okay?
Okay.
She's got shit to do.
You guys get that? Can you feel the love
Oh, no.
tonight? Moment
That's
as you're-
Diana in the
as
background.
you're flying through. It's like, I can show
I
you
can
the
show
world.
you
We gotta find a flying carpet. It needs to happen.
Yes, it does need to happen, totally.
That's on our to-do list on this month of downtime. We'd like to
Yes.
find a flying carpet,
God.
Matt Michael.
Yes.
Just for the fan art.
For the fan art. It'd be beautiful.
Just for the fan art.
And then Clarion accidentally turns into a dragon on top of it.
Oh,
goes,
no!
"Ah!" It falls out of the sky.
Ah!
He gets two of them and he uses them as like air skates. Like he can.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Rollerblades.
That's it, like rollerblades. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session of our epilogue
Nice.
episode of Storm King's Thunder. I feel much better now that we did this, that we had a little bit of
Yeah.
downtime where you guys could talk about how this story ends and how it's going to line up with the next part of our campaign, which viewers, we're so glad that you stuck around with us tonight because we are officially announcing that Storm King's Thunder has one more official episode. And then we're going to be transitioning to a brand new campaign, but it's going to be these same characters continuing on with this story. But it seemed kind of ridiculous to keep calling it Storm King's Thunder as we completed this module. The name of the
Finally.
stream is going to be Kindred Lists.
Yay!
As this family of adventurers goes down their lists that they have developed over the last 2.5 years of role-playing on Friday nights.
Long list.
So, Kindred Lists will be the new Friday campaign. We're going to have episode 1 fire up on March 13th. Friday the 13th. Seems
Ooh.
fitting. So, we will jump into episode 1 at that point. Next week, the final episode of Storm King's Thunder is actually going to be a chill, behind the Dungeon Master screen Q&A. Where
Director's commentary.
Director's commentary. That's right.
Yeah, the dumb.
Where what we're gonna do. So those of you that are viewing tonight, if you want to come by and hang out next Friday, if you have any questions about the campaign, the module, anything that's going on in this campaign thus far, if you want to throw those questions in chat, you'll be able to do that live with us next Friday night, starting at 8 8 p.m. Eastern time. Also, I've got a bunch of questions that came in from my players that wanted to ask me some things about the module. Since the module's done, we can talk about the module. If there's anything that's related to this other elements of the story, we might not be able to go into too much detail, because if it comes back up during Kindred Lists, I don't want to spoil the surprise for my players. So I'll answer what I can. I might have some questions for the players to throw back at them. That I've been, mulling over in my own mind. So we're going to just have a nice kind of sit down, kind of like how when Critical Role does their fireside chats. We're just going to have a nice breakdown of this campaign.
Or some silk robes.
Or some silk robes. Yeah, get some wine glasses out.
Yeah.
Enjoy a comfortable seat on our left butt cheek of Vecna. So I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be a really fun extra episode, and it'll get us kind of geared up for the next season of this campaign. As we stroll on.
And we're dropping new character art.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Done by Kristy Mysticwater herself.
And it looks amazing.
I'm gonna try to have. I'll try to have some kind of little video that we can show at the beginning of next week's episode to show off the new character art.
That'd be fun.
Can't promise it, but I'm gonna try to. I've got a very busy couple of weeks, so I'm gonna try to do what I can. So keep in mind, March 13th, Kindred Lists with these wonderful characters, and we'll have to find out what they're going to do next. They got
Episode 1. Rob the Graveyard in Waterdeep.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
I think it's going to kick off with some action, so get ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sweet. So does anybody have
That's
anything?
DM speak for I'm going to kill you all on episode 1.
Yeah.
Start a new show and a new show all on the same night.
Yeah.
So anybody have anything we need to add or sign off with tonight as you guys are preparing?
I'm back from Japan, but I don't know what's happening with Mystic Hour because person that I have plans with is sick at the moment, and I'm jet lagged. So keep an eye out. We got some cool ideas happening for Mystic. Give us some time to rest and recoup, and we'll let you know as soon as we got it.
Perfect.
Strahd's running Sunday, and you won't want to miss this. It's gonna be funny.
Ooh.
I mean, fun. I mean, terrible. Terrible.
All the above.
It's pretty much
gonna be a thing.
all the above for the DM.
Great. Thank you, Sarah. Anybody else? No? All right, that's it for our announcements for the night. Don't forget, we have shows going on every night of the week, so make sure if you're not sure what to do in an evening, just tune into Proficiency Bonus, because we probably got something going on and you can hang out with us there. Yeah, I might need to update that schedule. I hope I...
Yeah, we do. Because it's still inside check.
Yeah, I was waiting until we flipped over to Kindred List to update the permanent schedule. Because I don't want to... I'm kind of lazy, I'll be honest. And I didn't want to do the work and then 2 weeks later have to do the work again, so... But I'll get it out there to you guys, so you guys will have a fresh new schedule with all the new... Because Insight Check has moved over to Fabled Whispers, so that campaign is kicked off. Seems like all of us are switching campaigns all about the same time. We're rolling into something new, so... Well, folks, I guess we can officially... take this book that we didn't spend a whole lot of time in, and we can go ahead to the last page, and we can close the book on this adventure. And next time you get the opportunity to sit down with 5 of your closest buddies around the table rolling some dice, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we'll see you guys next time.
Oh, that was awesome.
Good night, guys. Well done, players. Well done.
Well done, DM.
DM.
We'll see you guys next week.
We love you.
Love you too.